Testing, testing. All right, going live on TikTok. Here we go. I'm sorry, Mariah. I was confused too. Okay. Yes, we are live now. We're live now on TikTok. We should be live on all the platforms. Welcome in. Welcome. Hey, Sid. Buddy. Oh, we got some opacity. Hey, Oscar. Hey, Matt. Hey, Aaron. Dino Yeet. I literally got Dino Yeeted. Hey, Starving. We're going to get started shortly. Hey, Tosco. Hey, Amanda. The universe sent that dino. Hey, Rose. Hey, Slurry. Hey, Dave. Hey, Tyler. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all having a lovely evening thus far. 24-hour stream, we said that. I can't. I have to pack wrap. I have to wrap Mac's Christmas and birthday gifts before she arrives. Gonna get here probably like 8 p.m. So I have, how many hours is that? I have little under 16 hours. So basically just enough time. 20-hour stream. Let's get it. Feeling great after a huge Bears win. Oh, okay. I learned something last night. Apparently, Bruin means bear. So, like, the Bruins and the Bears are kind of the same thing. I don't know if Mac wants a wrap for Christmas, but Boston Bruins on top. All right, y'all. We're gonna get started very shortly. Thank you for the heart me's. Thank you for the taps. Appreciate all of you for being here. I don't know how many lives we're gonna do next week. I'm gonna be traveling a little bit for the holidays. I'll see if I can go live on Christmas proper, but either way, I'll be sure to make myself available on Discord a little bit more. Don't hold me to that, but I'll try. But yeah, for those of you that are celebrating Hanukkah right now, happy Hanukkah. For those of you that are looking forward to Christmas in a few days, and if I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas. I don't remember when Kwanzaa starts, but for those who celebrate, happy Kwanzaa. What happened to Dirty Dan? I changed my name about a year ago. It's been a year. All right. Here we go. We're going to get started today. So, has it really been a year? Yeah, I believe it was January, mid-January. So we're talking 11 months, basically. Five of those bad boys. Haven't been on the lives in a bit. Seems I missed a lot. Oh, well, a lot has happened. He couldn't do those CNN interviews with the name Dirty Dan. And Hale's like, Dirty Dan, I haven't heard that name in ages.
I have concepts of a plan.
Thank you, Fufu. Thank you, Neely. And you are pro-jihad? I'm pro-jihad? Where did you get that? Do you even...
I have concepts of a plan.
Thank you, Rose. That escalated quickly. Yeah, I'm just wishing everyone a happy holidays, and I got it with, are you pro-jihad? You are pro-jihad. You're welcome to come up and explain why I'm pro-jihad. We're going to go to our first guest. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We are usually live Friday and Saturday nights doing political debates, political discussions, and fact checks. If you like this content, drop a follow, tap the screen. Thank you all so much. Here we go. First guest. Luck. Hi, welcome up.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
I have concepts of a plan.
Did you? Thank you, Sim. Did you disagree with the prompt?
Well, yeah, I mean, I do disagree with the prompt.
Okay. Do you take any issue with the fact that Donald Trump pardoned people who viciously assaulted police officers on January 6th?
Well, I mean, I think there's more to it, than what's been said.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you clearly.
Yeah, so I think there's more to it.
More to...
Yeah, I think there's more to it in terms of what happened, on that day.
Yeah, sure. So there were at least around 1,500 people who were either convicted or facing charges, and Donald Trump had plenty of time and plenty of resources to look through these cases and determine who he felt deserved a pardon and who didn't. But no, he just did a blanket pardon for everybody, including those who assaulted police officers.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sorry, I just have a cold right now. Yeah, but what I would say is I'm pretty sure the Attorney General is actually in charge of sending the National Guard in. I believe. Yeah, sorry, I mean, I can't debate tonight. I got a bad cold.
Okay.
I have concepts of a plan.
Republicans are letting the Obamacare subsidies, the expanded subsidies, expire, which might lead to you having less access to healthcare, which you will need for whatever was going on there. So, thank you, Atropos. Thank you, Sim. We're gonna go to the next guest if we have one. Has attacking the ignorance been in your life? I don't remember guest names anymore. Usually I need chat to tell me who, if somebody's been here before. They all just sound the same to me at this point. Haven't we heard in a while here? Oh, this. Oh wait, I just remembered. Santana tells me that for the first few goals, it should be the penny ones. Attacking as a friendly. Oh, well, I still don't remember. I'm sorry. He was reading chat and got embarrassed. Oh no. They all have MAGA voice. Let me switch this to a penny goal. In the meantime, In the meantime, can someone fill me in a little bit? I mean, I guess I could look into it. Can someone fill me in on the inflation report? That while we wait. If you're MAGA, just request up. I'm in a very kind mood today. Okay, I'm not gonna make you look like an idiot or anything. We're just gonna have a conversation. Inflation. Inflation cooled in November to 2.7%, but economists say to take it with the entire salt shaker. What is that quote? Chat is feral though. Hey, I can't protect you from chat, okay? I think the ignorance is based. Have they been on the live? I don't know if it's possible. I just forget people's names. I'm heading to bed, just saying, felt like stopping by since it's been a bit. Good night to you all and take care. Thank you for stopping by. Is it Hansel or Hanse? Have a good night. Okay, here's a question. Since we've come back, okay, because we had the month hiatus. Since we've come back, what have like the average views been for debate lives? I feel like this is low, but I don't know if it's because much bullshit on the screen, or if it's because shadow banned, or if it's because I'm washed. MAGA has not sent their best. This is low. It's been around 2 to 2. That's what I thought. Could be the screen is too busy. Could also be it's Saturday night. Maybe there's a lot of competing lives. Stop getting on so late. It's bedtime now. Eric is live. Parker's live. They just aren't even showing up, Dan, for real. Yeah, it's fair. MAGA is definitely not showing up. MAGA in shambles. Trump is hard to defend. Yeah, I mean, can we talk about how low-key love falling asleep to your lives? You know, this is you're not the first person to say that, and it's really surreal to me because like I remember like when I used to fall asleep to streamers' lives, right? Like there was a guy named Clint Stevens who was like a Mario 64 speedrunner. I think like he was more well known for Legend of Zelda speedrunning, but I watched him when he was playing Mario. I would fall asleep to his lives. I'm like, oh, it's my comfort stream, whatever. And then when it feels so surreal because I'm just like I'm like a viewer. Clint Stevens is an epic name. It is a good name. It is a good name. Yeah, so can we talk about the 16-page? So they posted the Epstein files, which are already super redacted, and then like they removed 16 pages from the files last night or this morning. Hey, Travi. Let's take a look at those. At least 16 files disappeared from the DOJ website for Epstein documents, including Trump photo. Nothing suspicious there. Caffeine downloaded everything when they first dropped. Goated. Mario's dream was a fitting name to fall asleep to yesterday. That was a very relaxing level. I had a really good time outside of debating that 20-year-old in chat. I had a really good time playing Mario last night. Some really fun new levels. Howdy ho, Mac. Okay, what do we got here? Chrome. Okay. At least 16 files disappeared from the Justice Department's public webpage for documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, including a photo showing President Donald Trump, less than a day after they were posted, with no explanation from the government and no notice to the public. The missing files, which were available Friday and no longer accessible by Saturday, included images of paintings depicting nude women and one showing a series of photographs along a credenza and in drawers. In that image, inside a drawer among other photos, was a photograph of Trump alongside Epstein, Melania Trump, and Epstein's longtime associate, Ghislaine Maxwell. The Justice Department did not say why the files were removed or whether their disappearance was intentional. A spokesperson for the department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Online, the unexplained missing files fueled speculation about what was taken down and why the public was not notified, compounding long-standing intrigue about Epstein and the popular figures who surrounded him. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee pointed to the missing image featuring the Trump photo in a post on X, writing, "What else is being covered up? We need transparency for the American public." The episode deepened concerns that had already emerged from the Justice Department's much-anticipated document release. The tens of thousands of pages made public offered little new insight into Epstein's crimes or the prosecutorial decisions that allowed him to avoid serious federal charges for years, while omitting some of the most closely watched materials, including FBI interviews with victims and internal Justice Department memos on charging decisions. The most transparent president. Is it true Pam Bondi's impeachment paperwork has started? I don't know. Pam Bondi impeachment. Let's see. Pam Bondi hit with impeachment threat over Epstein's failure. Lawmakers consider Pam Bondi impeachment. No, it's not. Doesn't. I don't think. Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie plan on filing articles of impeachment against Pam Bondi. You know, as much as I disagree with Thomas Massie on policy, I really do appreciate how like morally consistent he is. So this issue obviously is the one where everyone is really paying attention. And it should be a no-brainer, right? It should be a no-brainer. We want justice for the victims. Obviously, MAGA being no-brainers makes this difficult, but like this should be a no-brainer. However, also just throughout his voting record, right? Like he will vote against things that I would have voted for, but he would also vote against things that I would not have voted for, and both for the same reason. Like he is a literal fiscal conservative, which again I disagree with, but at the very least, he's being morally consistent with his votes. He will vote against the Republican Party if he thinks they're overspending, whereas most other Republicans will be like, yeah, we're fiscally conservative, and then they spend out the ass. They blow a massive hole in the budget, right? So like I am totally fine if the party was full of Thomas Massies, as much as I disagree with them, because at the very least, it's clear that the disagreement is not disingenuous, because you can tell with a lot of the Republicans saying things like, "Oh, well, the inflation exploded because of overspending. By the way, let's cut taxes on the richest people, and let's also send money to Argentina." And let's, the exact reason he voted against the BBB. Yeah, exactly. And like ultimately, he's certainly going to vote against Obamacare credits and stuff that I would support. But it's not because he's towing the party line. It's because he is a fiscal conservative, and that's in a world right now where we literally have most of the party that will just do whatever Donald Trump says, even if it's unconstitutional. I gotta respect it. Like to be clear, him and his wife have like received death threats and shit for disagreeing with Trump. Same with MTG, and pretty much any Republican that's ever been like pro Trump at any point and then didn't completely do exactly what Donald Trump asked. Oof. It's rough out there for the conservatives that aren't MAGA. He doesn't do the MAGA gaslighting bullshit either. Yeah. Like it's one of those things where at the very least, we're agreeing on reality, right? Like I've said this line before. There was a time in American politics where the two parties agreed about the problem but disagreed about the solution. I feel like Thomas Massey and I. Excuse me. I didn't finish the thing. We agreed about the problem but disagreed about the solution. But nowadays, with MAGA, we don't even agree about the problem because we can't agree on the same reality. Like we're living in two different worlds. Whereas I feel like if I were to have a conversation with Thomas Massey, it would be like, I disagree with you about 99% of things, but I can tell like we agree on things in reality of what's happening. We both agree that the government spends too much money, right? We both agree that the Epstein files are being covered up in some way, and it's an injustice to the victims that want to seek justice, right? It's an injustice to the American people. We both agree, I imagine, that certain foreign conflicts are probably things that we shouldn't be getting into, right? And it's just we could probably agree on inflation numbers. That's another thing. Like we could agree on what the number is. We could disagree on what's a good number, what's a bad number. We could disagree on how to increase or decrease inflation. But at least we could agree on the number. Whereas if I talk to MAGA, it's like a pulling teeth just to get them to agree with what's in front of them. Thank you, Miss Sunflower. Like if I go to Thomas Massey, hey, did you vote for Joe Biden in 2020? No. Who won the 2020 election? Joe Biden, right? We disagree. I voted for Joe Biden. I voted the fuck out of Joe Biden over Donald Trump. Thomas Massey didn't, but at least we agree. If I go to MAGA, hey, did you vote for Joe Biden? No. Who won? Well, obviously Donald Trump won. Oh, okay. You guys are gone. Anyway, enough Thomas Massey glazing. Haven't seen you in ages. Yeah, we had like a 1 month hiatus, and I've only been going live like twice a week since that 1 month, and it's also TikTok redacted us a little bit. But I'm happy to see you here. Trump destroyed public trust with 2 words, fake news. Dave, you do not know how frustrating it was watching this in real time. In 2015 and 2016, I watched this in real time, okay? Fake news was a term literally referring to fake news, right? Because with the advent of social media, sometimes there'd just be fake news. There'd just be an article that was fake. Someone was trolling, or someone's trying to push an agenda, or from what we just discovered, Russians were being paid to just spread misinformation, right? That's what fake news described. And Donald Trump was able to rebrand fake news as anything that is anti-Trump. Any debates yet? We had one guy come up and he got self-conscious about having a cold and left. But yeah, I saw this in real time, and now the phrase fake news is just completely painted. Like it's gone. You can't, like, now fake news is like it's a meme at this point. Oh, CNN, that's fake news. Okay, we're going to the next guest. Here we go.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, welcome up.
Hey, good sir. How are you tonight?
Doing all right?
If there's something I can, before I say anything, I'm not familiar with anything you've said on here at all, but I'm not MAGA, and the reason for that is because Trump is getting paid by the same central practicing, usury practicing debt slavers that own Europe and America and have been perpetuating war for hundreds of years and did 9/11 and killed JFK for nuclear acquisition and so forth. Like Epstein Island, he's affiliated with that.
Chat. What we have here, not gonna like it, okay? He's not gonna like it because they don't like the truth. What we have here is some Nazi propaganda.
I want to know, how is that Nazi propaganda? What did I say that was in supportive of Hitler or anyone at all? What are you talking about?
Who are the people that are paying Donald Trump?
If you look at State Street, if you look at Vanguard,
can you just tell me who you were
at,
talking about when you just said the usury and all that stuff?
Hey, if you want me to talk, then let me talk. Okay?
Well, I'm asking you a question and you're dodging it. So, like, no, I don't want you to talk if it doesn't involve answering my question.
You keep interrupting me, actually. You won't let me speak.
I let you, hold on. I literally let you get your whole point out. And then when I pointed out that everything you said was Nazi propaganda.
Well, thank you kindly. Can I continue my point?
Are you going to answer my question? Because if not, no, you can't.
I will. I'm getting to it. BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard. You look at all these people that own Fox News, that own CNN, that own Instagram, that pioneered transgenderism in the 30s, these people that hate Christ within their holy book. They say that non-Jews, I can read you verses from the Talmud. You can find it online.
Okay. So I don't know why did you, I'm sorry, why did you have to go, the answer was so easy. I asked you the question, who are the people? Your response was Jewish people. Just say it with your chest. Listen, bro, just say it.
I'm trying to say it.
You're like, I don't want to get kicked, so I'm going to spread a little bit more Nazi propaganda before I finally pull the trigger and then take the mask off, bro. Like, let's just be fucking for real. I know what you're doing. I'm good, all right? I'm good. I don't know what, just have a backbone and say it with your chest, all right? Fuck, I knew it from the beginning. When you used the word money lending and usury, I picked up all the fucking dog whistles. The dogs were barking, okay? And then I just asked you the question. I thought you'd be man enough to say the answer, but no, you went all the way around. Oh, they own Instagram. You think I don't know his name is Zuckerberg? Come on, come the fuck on. And finally, you brought up the Talmud. Finally, yeah, you just hate Jewish people. That's why. And you asked me, how is that related to Hitler? How do you think? Let's draw like a line from A to B. It's not even a line from A to like Z. It's literally the next step. What's the Hitler most known for? His art, his mustache. I almost got bingo. He didn't say globalist. Yeah, I mean, he did hit so many of the dog whistles. Friendly reminder, by the way. Friendly reminder that the Trumpism pushed the Overton window so far to the right that we're just getting, like, basically open Nazis at this point. In Florida, we have a Groyper running for Florida governor. Like a literal Nick Fuentes fan running for Florida governor. Ooh. Who is competent on the left? There's a lot of people that are competent on the left. I think Bernie Sanders is pretty competent. AOC, sharp as a tack. Who else we got? Rokana. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's very competent. Mark Kelly. Kamala Harris is pretty competent. Nothing. Oh, just so we're clear, by the way, if competence is being measured, if we're using Trump as the measuring bar, literally anyone with a D next to their name, and most people with an R next to their name are more competent than Donald Trump. Like if that's what the bar is, we're at the point where I would roll a die, a 360 million sided die, and take whatever random American over Donald Trump. Does that help your question? Maybe except Fetterman. Except that last guy. Bernie Sanders is older than Trump and he's sharper and doesn't fall asleep randomly. Yeah, so I recently watched a Bernie video from like a week ago, and it's wild, like how much more coherent he is than Donald Trump and Joe Biden, to be fair. And he's older than both of them. Like, we really fumbled with that, man. A Rock would be a better president simply because it would do nothing. True. Bernie has more energy than I do some days. Bernie is for sure an ager. Just to be clear, so the question, the EO guy, I think you were the one that asked the question. Like, I also didn't. Krabby 2 Dope's live content contains themes that you may find uncomfortable. If they remain in your live will be unavailable. Oh. A guest in your live has violated our... Oh, the Nazi got hit with a ban. Let's go. Okay, yeah. So the EO guy asked, like, who is competent on the left? And it's like... I don't understand, like, is your question for the next election? Because if the bar for candidate, right, is like against who you put, the guy you put up, just so we're clear, the guy you put up, like, attempted a coup in this country. He tried to overthrow the government. A convicted felon, sexually assaulted a woman. I think we'll do just fine. And they need to request up. Oh yeah, actually, whoa, MAGA doesn't get to talk. I'm sorry. Kamala didn't even debate. Wait. Come up. You gotta come up. Kamala didn't debate. Kamala literally debated. You know who didn't debate? Donald Trump. The Republican primary, he was afraid to debate Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. You know that, right? He literally said, I'm ahead in the polls because my voters lick so many windows and they're so deep in the Kool-Aid, deep in my asshole, licking my taint, that I don't even have to debate. I don't even have to tell them my policy. And when I get the nomination, my policy is going to be 20 bullet points. Easy. ChatGPT. Easy. One of them is going to be end inflation. Like, he literally skipped the debates. So you can miss me with Kamala didn't debate. He had the opportunity to debate. In fact, it was in the Republican primary rules that he was supposed to debate. They changed the rules for him. He was like, no, Nikki Haley, Meatball Ron, I'm ahead in the polls. Why would I debate? If I debate, I'll have to talk. And when I talk, I word salad. I word salad all over the place. So I also don't have any policies. I have concepts of a plan. So why risk debating? I will just coast to the Republican primary because my voters are so knuckle dragging that they're going to vote for me no matter what. And look at you. You're in chat already saying, oh, well, he was better than Kamala because Kamala didn't debate. And then when they did debate, what happened? Kamala did so well that you guys started a conspiracy theory that her earrings were secret communication devices. That's how badly he did in the debate. Oh, Kamala must have been getting secret answers from CNN. Be so fucking for real. Y'all voted for essentially a walking corpse. And somehow justify it. Like, okay, yeah, he's old, but he also raped a woman, so I'm definitely gonna... Oh, excuse me, sexually assaulted a woman. They get really triggered. They get really triggered when I say raped, because on the jury document, they checked off sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll. Excuse me. That's a plus for them, by the way. For a lot of MAGA, they like that shit. They're like, oh, look, the left is going after him for sexually assaulting women. We love sexually assaulting women, so we should help him. The judge said it was rape. Yeah, I know, but it's too, to get into all of that, it's too much for their brains. I'd rather just say sexually assaulted. He sexually assaulted a woman. It's crazy to me how they defend that point. But he did rape his first wife. That's true. We don't talk about that. Well, they don't believe in marital rape as another thing. They literally don't believe in marital rape. Dan, I heard MAGA say they love a man who isn't afraid to take what he wants because that's strength. Okay, I'm going to play in traffic after reading that. Thanks, Mariah. Jesus Christ. Are you allowed to say the R word still? Can you define allowed? I personally don't say it because I know that it's hurtful to an entire community of people. But I'm allowed to say it, like on TikTok. Oh, I don't know. I'm actually not sure. Dan, what's so bad about ending inflation, huh? Are Democrats opposed to this common sense reform? Fox News is poison. The Democrats need to fight back. The right has no qualms with fighting dirty. Oh, I agree. Have you figured out if we're inflating yet? No safe space for MAGA in the chat. Get in the box. Yeah. All right. Listen, if you're MAGA and you're typing, just save your finger strength, okay? Because when we don't have a guest, what's gonna happen is my mods are gonna mute you, and the only way you can get out what you want to say is you have to request up. You have to press the little. There's like a blue person, pink person button. Request up. We'll have a conversation. Question: if my ex-wife falls down the stairs, which one of my golf courses should I bury her on? Fox News is psychological manipulation of the most susceptible. Hey, Crutnackers. And can we talk about how we wouldn't need the creeps files if we believed women? Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? This is it's so interesting to me that, like, if we believed women, right? Prince Andrew was already dead to rights. But it didn't take until he went on an interview himself and totally put his foot not only in his mouth, like just through his whole esophagus, for him to actually start to get pushback from those in power. All right, going to the next guest. Here we go. Hi, welcome up.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Can you use your real voice, please?
This is my real voice.
Okay. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 78.
You can come back up when you use your real voice and age. Super Dave is passed, all right? There's no MAGAs left. Yeah, no, MAGA's done. You can share a lozenge with the first guest. Katie Johnson and Eugene Carroll, as well as dozens of others, have already told us all we need to know. I ate a budgie called Super Dave. Okay, here we go. Next guest.
Why did you kick me? Literally, this is my voice. I can't help it, man.
78-year-olds can't figure out how to request.
Yeah, they can.
He sounds like SpongeBob needing water.
I'm sorry, man.
All right, go ahead. Make your point.
So, yeah, he's helping out the seniors. He's going to not tax Social Security anymore. That's going to help me tremendously. I only get $2,200 a month to live on, and I get taxed. I'm also a veteran.
Thank you for your service. What can I ask where you were deployed?
I was not deployed at the time.
What capacity were you?
I was a chaplain.
Okay. Well, for coming up.
You're welcome.
Okay. Tell me he didn't sound like This guy.
Jerry Marty Funkhouse.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Want to hear a joke?
Oh,
He
no,
doesn't want
not
to hear a
really.
joke. We have a read through.
Yeah, we got
Let me just get right through it.
Okay.
A woman's very afraid of the size of her opening.
Okay, well, we can't watch the clip, but that's who he sounds like, right? Jesus, Mariah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so by the way, no tax on Social Security for 3 years, as outlined in the Big Beautiful Bill, is peanuts compared to if we just lifted the cap on Social Security. Thank you, Miss Sunflower. Right now, the Social Security contributions are capped for income at what, 175,000. If we just lifted that cap, not only would we be able to fund Social Security for decades longer, but your benefits would increase. You need the new Marco Rubio.png. Wait, I haven't seen it. Hey, Ace. I haven't seen the new Marco Rubio picture. I've heard it twice. Who's advocating for empathy and forgiveness? Wait, what did I miss here? Hold on. They're saying you want excess empathy and forgiveness for MAGA. No, I really don't want that. Like, I think I've been pretty clear. I heard you say it in a live. I think I've been pretty clear. Like, right after the election, as frustrating as it is for me to think about, because like this was an open book test that millions of Americans failed, and like we had so many years of reasons why not to vote for Donald Trump. But like after the situation with Epstein, after the situation with the deportations and the White House tweeting like deportation ASMR, and it's like shackles and chasing down people on Christmas. I don't know if y'all saw that recently. Like anyone right now is not getting my empathy at all. Like if you right now were like, yesterday I was MAGA and today I'm not. For example, the people that were like, oh, the Rob Reiner thing was bad, but I still support Trump, or the Rob Reiner thing was what made me not support Trump. Like, you're too late. You're like, I've lost all respect for you as a person. You were okay with horrible things happening to so many people. You were okay with Donald Trump saying, hey, if you still care about getting justice for these victims of Epstein and his associates, if you want that, I don't want your support. You heard that and you were like, I'll still support him. Yeah, I'm good. You don't get empathy from me. Like, I'm just hoping that the internet is so forever that even without the actual physical branding, like they did at the end of Inglourious Bastards, y'all will be branded forever with defending Donald Trump. What? MAGA needs to beg the rest of America for forgiveness. Like that's just what it is. Like when this is all over, some of them are never going to admit they were wrong. Some of them are never going to admit they were wrong, but some of them are going to want to come back into a functioning society, and we'll be waiting for an apology. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, like this is, sometimes when you're like harsh on a group of people, that will push them more into the corner, right? That'll make them more want to oppose you. For example, when Hillary said like half of Trump supporters are a basket of deplorables, that made them more deplorable. And the way I see it is, if you just needed an excuse to be a worse person. If just like someone online being a little bit mean to you made you like a Nazi, you kind of always were a Nazi and you always wanted to be a Nazi. It was just so simple when you heard Hillary say that, it was so simple for you to take it as, well, I don't think I'm a bad person, so she's not talking about me, versus you took it as, yeah, I am deplorable. I don't know. How did the pro-life crowd justify electing somebody who defrauded a children's charity? I honestly think most people that voted for Trump haven't even heard of that. Like, some of them obviously heard of it and don't believe it, but most I don't even think have heard of it. Like, there's so many. I showed you guys this clip before. I've definitely showed you guys this clip where yeah, it's this is what it's like, okay?
Well, Doc, I think I did pretty well in my tests. You may shake my hand if you like.
Well, under the circumstances, I'd rather not.
Eh?
Mr. Burns, I'm afraid you are the sickest man in the United States. You have everything.
You mean I have pneumonia?
Yes.
Juvenile diabetes?
Yes.
Hysterical pregnancy?
A little bit, yes. You also have several diseases that have just been discovered. In you.
I see. You sure you just haven't made thousands of mistakes?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, this sounds like bad news.
Well, you'd think so, but all of your diseases are in perfect balance. If you have a moment, I can explain.
Well,
Here's the door to your body, you see? And these are oversized novelty germs. That's influenza, that's bronchitis, and this cute little cuddlebug is pancreatic cancer. Here's what happens when they all try to get through the door at once.
So this right here is Trump. Like, if the main thing with Trump, right, was that he was a convicted felon, or the main thing was that he sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll, or the main thing was that he fumbled the COVID response and led to hundreds of thousands of excess deaths that didn't need to happen, or the main thing was one of the many other things, robbing the children's charity, right? I think it would be more difficult to defend him than all of this, because when it's so many, not only do a lot of them slip through the cracks where people don't even hear about it, but it becomes, for like the average person that doesn't follow this, it starts to be like, well, there's no way all of this is true, right? Clearly, the other side is, going after him with everything they got. There's no way all of this is true, and I think it's just what it is. It's just so many bad things, right? And like saying John McCain wasn't a war hero because he was captured, that alone would have sunk any presidential nominee, let alone a Republican nominee. But when you combine that with everything else, that's just nothing. Yeah, that's just Trump. That's just it's just and it's to the point where, like, I talk, okay, about Donald Trump a lot more than the average person, and I forget half of the things that y'all in chat bring up. I've forgotten more bad things that Trump has done than MAGA has ever heard. Like, it's that bad. There's someone in the box? Yeah, there is. Okay, here we go. Next guest.
Hello?
Hi, welcome up.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on?
I just saw MAGA request up and then your prompt, which I disagree with.
Okay. What do you think about Donald Trump pardoning people that violently assaulted police officers on January 6th?
Well, I mean, the ones that actually did the violent stuff didn't get pardoned.
That's not true.
Where did that happen?
In the executive order.
I think all he pardoned was the people who didn't commit violent crimes.
No, it was a blanket pardon for literally 1,500 people.
I don't think President Trump would do that, dude.
Okay. Well, before I pull up the evidence, if he did do that, would that be a problem for you?
No.
Okay, so you don't care. Why did you even bring it up? Like, don't even use that as an argument. Like, you opened with the argument of, well, he didn't pardon those that did the violence, but like, it wouldn't bother you even if it did. So you need to find a different argument, right? You get what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but okay, looking at the crime statistics, dude, they're at like a record low.
Crime statistic.
Yeah, like all of our like robberies, murder, crime. It's I don't know. Can I say that on TikTok Live? I'll avoid it if I
It's
can.
fine. It's okay.
Okay.
So are you saying that like as long as certain crimes are being prosecuted, then you're okay with Donald Trump committing crimes, Donald Trump pardoning people who commit crimes?
I mean, dude, I don't. Are you sure he pardoned the people who did violent stuff on January 16th? My grandma was one of the people there.
I am 100%
I mean, she
sure.
didn't commit anything
I
violent.
need you to understand why this line of argumentation doesn't matter. You've already said you don't care even if he did. So
I do care. It's just they wouldn't stop me from supporting him. I mean, I still don't like it though, dude. I like.
okay.
Hello. Sorry,
Yeah.
my mic.
All right. So it sounds like would you say that you back the blue? Are you pro police?
Yeah, Blue Lives Matter.
Okay. Well, according to Donald Trump, blue lives don't matter if they were doing their job and preventing an armed insurrection, right? Blue lives do not matter in that case. So in that case, you
Did anyone?
yes, people
Did
were
any
armed. The Proud
police
Boys
get
were armed.
unalived? No. Did any police get unalived?
Just so we're clear, is that the bar?
I mean, it matters. Yeah.
Is that what? So if police get, I know police died, but I literally want him to just I want to hear him spell out his morality here. So if you beat a police officer with a baseball bat, but they live, it's okay.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying. No.
So then, what I need from you is to stop making arguments that even you don't care about. Like you already said, you wouldn't really care if he did pardon these people, and now you're saying, okay, well, did any police die? Well,
I would care, dude. It's just it would have stopped me from supporting him because his other policies and like what he does outweighs the bad in this situation, dude.
No, that's fine. If that's what you feel, my argument
That's
here.
what I feel. Yeah.
No, okay, but you have to agree that he's pro crime in that case. Like if the crime is committed by someone he likes, then he's okay with it. That's pro crime.
No, he's still hard on crime, and crime is at a record low right now.
How is he hard on crime? Can you explain? In what way is he hard on crime?
The statistics prove it.
Well, okay, let's pull up his statistics. Here you go. Where are you getting the statistics from? BLS? No, sorry, not BLS. The FBI?
No, just internet.
Just the internet. Just the internet. Okay, copy. Now, while I look for the statistics, what I'm going to ask you again is, in what way is Donald Trump tough on crime?
It's at a really low point in history right now.
Okay, so if cell phones were at their cheapest point when Obama was president, does that mean that Obama was the reason?
No.
No, right. Okay. So what I'm asking you is, if crime is at a really low point right now, and again, I'm looking it up. To my knowledge, it's been trending down pretty much since 2020. But if it is at that point, what did Donald Trump do to facilitate that?
I mean, dude, it's just, I don't know. I don't keep up with everything he does, but all I know is there's a record low. And who's the president? It's Trump.
Wait a second. So you don't have any like evidence that Donald Trump has to do with the crime rate at all. You just have strong feelings about this.
There has to be some sort of correlation.
There has to be?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
He's the president.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Is Donald Trump the reason that unemployment was at 9% in 2020?
I mean, it was COVID, dude.
No, whoa. There has to be some form of correlation.
Oh, not when there's other factors at play.
Not when there's other factors at play. That's good. Look at you. You're using nuance now. Using nuance when it's to defend Donald Trump. So,
Not defending him.
okay. So crime decreased in every category in 2024, FBI report shows. Right? So the national trends of crimes have been trending down for the past 5 years, especially in 2024.
I mean, I don't know, dude, but we're at a record low right now. And Trump is the president. I refuse to believe there's not some form of correlation there, dude.
Okay. So right now, beef is at an all-time high in the United States.
Look at eggs.
Wait. I'm sorry. Just really quick. Beef is at an all-time high. That's Donald Trump's fault, right?
Okay. No.
Why?
Dude, Trump isn't in control of beef.
Trump isn't in control of crime.
Crime and beef aren't comparable. They're different. They're very different.
You're a real person. This is a real conversation I'm having.
I mean, I think, yeah.
Okay. So what I'm trying to illustrate to you, right, is you have a very, very strong conviction about this. You came up, you saw Donald Trump is pro-crime, and you came up with zero information just to defend Trump because under your impression, crime is down. Donald Trump is president. That means Donald Trump is hard on crime. You don't have even a crumb of evidence that Donald Trump has done anything to influence the crime stats. And so what I'm doing is I'm showing you how ridiculous it sounds to all of us. Because if I came up here and said beef is at an all-time high because of Donald Trump and provided no evidence.
Yeah, it is.
It
I
is
mean,
at an
actually,
all-time
no,
high
it's
because-
not. No, not because of Trump.
Okay. Yeah. So if I did that, right, it would look very silly. So I'm just showing you that correlation and causation are not the same thing. Just because there's a correlation does not mean that it's a causation. Now, it could be a causation if you have evidence of that. But you don't. All you have is vibes and feelings, unfortunately.
I mean, I don't know. Can we change the subject?
I mean, I'm okay
Trump
changing the subject as long as you agree that Donald Trump is pro-crime.
He's not pro-crime, dude.
Okay, you agree. You already said you disagree with him for pardoning people that violently assaulted police officers, right?
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Okay. Do you also recognize that he has pardoned other people who have committed crimes but are his friends?
When?
George Santos, the father of Jared Kushner, the Binance guy. Actually, he didn't even know the Binance guy. Just someone told him to pardon him. The Silk Road guy. There's a ton of examples. Oh, the former president of Venezuela. Wait, Venezuela? Sorry. Former president of Honduras.
I heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of examples. Like you could say this is how you would have this is how you could be like intellectually honest here. Okay, and I'm using that word very loosely. Is all you have to say is what you said earlier, which is that I disagree with these things, but that's not enough to outweigh I still like his policy more, or I still like him. You could still say that. And I obviously disagree with that, but at the very least, we're living in the same reality. But when I'm showing you all of this evidence of Donald Trump not giving a flying fuck about crime, the least you can do is acknowledge it and say, okay, maybe he is pro-crime, but I still prefer him.
He's not pro. Okay, here, I'll say this. I don't believe that he's pro-crime, but I do not like a lot of the stuff he's done. Yeah.
What's up, Nemo?
How's it going? I see you've met Gage.
I can't remember if I've spoken to this person before, but...
No, you haven't.
I've spoken to Gage many times. I think he likes us.
Like what? Schooling you guys?
Is that what you call what you've been doing?
I mean, yeah.
Like, you recognize that all you said was Donald Trump is president, crime is lower.
Is low, yeah.
So he must be tough on crime. That is literally all you said. You think
I mean,
that's
dude,
schooling?
there's correlation. I want to change the subject, though. The economy.
Okay.
Before we do that, Have you ever heard of a website called Spurious Correlations, Gage?
No, I don't know what that is, dude. I'm not on
Do
the
you know what
internet
the
a
word
lot.
what spurious means? You know what that word
No.
means? It means like frivolous, or I don't know. It's like you're really reaching.
Look at
Hey,
that.
people need to stop asking about Brock, dude. He's done with TikTok.
Popularity of the first name Stevie correlates with Amazon.com stock price.
I don't. What's your
There are
point?
some awesome ones in there. I think it's like the popularity of ice cream is correlated to shark attacks.
Hey, the student chat, Phil Duffin. It's a 2v2. Let me in.
Somebody wants to come up?
That's what I think he's saying.
Is this Brock's replacement?
Hello. Phil Duffin? William? Hilbert? Bueller?
My name's just Phil. I just like Phil. Can you hear me?
Sounds like RFK's brainworm. Can you speak up?
Can you hear me, little guy? I just go by Phil. You can just call me Phil.
I mean, I can kind of hear you.
Call me Phil.
Okay.
You're gonna call me Phil.
You're trying to sound like Corpse. Sorry, your voice isn't deep enough.
You got Mordecai and Rigby in here?
So, are we gonna have a productive debate, or are you gonna keep laughing and joking around like a jackass?
Sounds like we're off to a good start. Go ahead. What are your... You requested up. You have the
Little
floor.
baby.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that you guys both probably don't know shit. So, you don't know shit about anything, so. That's what I think personally. You don't know shit about Jack. You got no Jack from shit.
This is your productive debate? This is how you chose to... I gave you the full
So
floor.
say something.
You want me
Say
to respond
something
to...
smart.
You want me to respond to that word salad?
Say something smart. I mean, say something bad about Trump, and I'll say something good about Trump, and then I'll explain to you how you're stupid because you're dumb fucking liberal who doesn't know anything.
I'm convinced none of the guests are real tonight. These aren't real people. There's no way.
I'm very much so real, and you're gonna be hearing about me tonight in your dreams. You're scared
Show
of me.
me like
That's why
you
you don't want to
hate
have
me,
a
but you
real.
love
You
me
want to have
low
a
key.
real
Wanna date me when you
productive
fuck
debate.
me.
If you want to have a real productive debate, you would have said something smart by now. But you just want to keep talking shit out of your asshole. Say something. Come on, go ahead, buddy. We're all waiting here.
I'm going to say something. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Friday and Saturday nights doing live political debates, political discussions, and fact checks. So if you like this content, drop a follow, tap the screen. Also, I'd like to give a warm welcome to Nemo. If you're not familiar with him, awesome content creator. Make sure to follow him as well. And I appreciate everybody who has gifted so far. Nobody asked to gift or sub or anything like that. But if you could just make sure that you're following, double check right next to my name. If you see a orange heart or a gray heart, you're good to go. But if you see a red oval, you got to hit the follow button. Thank you. All right.
You ready? I just want to say,
I mean, I listen. I have the prompt up. I don't know what reading level you're at, but that's.
I'm gonna probably a higher reading level than you've ever
awesome.
Surpassed. You know
So,
what that word is?
so if you
Surpassed.
disagree with the prompt, this would be the time to.
Yeah. So first off, I want to say, Nemo. I'm a big fan of that movie that you were in a while ago. I actually used to watch that a lot.
Which one? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, or the one that Pixar
No,
made?
the one where they got to go find Nemo. Have you been? Are you still lost?
Yeah, that's
Are you
both of
looking
them.
for what's going on with that? What's going on with that part?
What, being 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
All right, so yeah, I think Donald Trump is one pro-America. He's two actually pro-gun and pro-constitution. I don't want to be walking around in a country where we get all of our guns stripped away by Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and then we're all stuck against the fucking government with the drones and everything, and now the government's gonna try to make my kid gay and trans and chop off my kid's fucking dick and balls, and I can't live in a damn world like that. So
You think about kids' dick
I
and
don't
balls a
really know.
lot?
No, I said they're all trying to make your kids transgenders by cutting off all their genitals. You idiot.
Yeah. I want to talk about inflation.
Is it? Wait, who is that? Is that Gage?
Yeah.
This is Gage.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about inflation.
How is Trump
Go
pro
ahead.
inflation?
So Donald Trump was campaigning on lowering grocery prices on day one, but
He is. I mean, not
moment he
on day
got-
one, but he
Oh,
is.
okay. But the moment he got into
If you
office,
even know anything about politics, you're gonna keep acting like a smartass.
I know it hurts when someone with brain cells starts talking, Phil. But if you can,
Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep speaking. Don't get caught off guard.
got you. But the one of the first things he did when he got into office was to blanket tariffs, which are inflationary. Not to
Dude, that
mention,
helps with our economy.
Yeah, it does. This guy doesn't
how
know
do they
shit.
how do they
He's a
help with our
liberal
economy?
gauge. He's a liberal gauge. That's what you'll learn. If you go off your life, you'll learn that these liberals here, they don't got no souls. They don't have nothing. They're just pure devil. They're pure demon. They're here to only fucking hurt you.
Can I talk?
I feel like that would entice Gage.
Okay. Basically, the way. What is that? I'm trying to have a productive debate, dude.
I know you are. I know you are. This is defending you because this Phil guy is making you look
You
bad.
guys are probably pissing him off.
Oh God. Oh God. Fess in the
Okay.
chat. Jesus Christ.
Ugh. What I was saying is that I think tariffs are good for the economy because when the other country pays them and then we get the economic boost, it boosts our GDP and he can lower prices because we got that extra boost.
Gage, do you
Yeah.
think other countries pay our tariffs?
Yes.
What if I told you that Americans pay our tariffs?
We don't, dude. That's what taxes are.
Yeah, tariffs are a tax on imports. That's right.
They're a tax on
What
the
if
other
I were to
country when
tell
they
you
try
that
to give
you're
us.
the dumbest motherfucker in the whole planet?
Watch
Huh?
this. Watch this. Who pays tariffs?
It's the other country when we import a good.
Tariffs are legally paid by the U.S. importer.
But you read your AI overview, huh?
Okay, we could go wherever you'd like. Whatever, give me whatever website.
Fox News.
Fox News. I got you. Fox News. What are tariffs and how do they work? Prepares for them.
It's a.
Tariffs are taxes levied on imported goods and services which importers pay for at the border.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, but it
good.
boot. Dude.
Oh my God.
Then why would
that's
he
so
implement
good.
them?
That's a great question, Gage. You are so close to getting it. Why would he implement them? That's a great question.
I don't know. Dude, he probably has a good reason. Hey, guess what? He's a billionaire, multi-billionaire at that.
Okay, well, do you think multi-billionaires always have what's best in mind for the common man?
No, but they know a lot about money and economy.
Okay, so I can tell you why I think he's implementing them.
Real quick, which ones people do you think are smarter, men or women?
Gage, would you like me to drop your debate partner?
No, he's okay.
Okay.
It makes it fair. It's a 2v2.
You
You know, you can't ignore my question. It's fine.
I can fix them. That's what you're saying, Gage. And no, you can't.
Oh God.
Wanted to. Dude, I need him up here because it's a 2v2.
Phil, are you trying to do like a Sling Blade
You want
impression?
to answer my question or no?
Put some
It's
mustard
okay.
on the potatoes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to. What were we talking about?
Okay.
The
So
date?
Tariffs.
you thought tariffs were paid by the
Okay.
foreign companies or foreign countries, and then when I showed you that
Yeah.
they're not, you immediately already instead of this should be a massive piece of news to you, right? This should smack you in the face and say, "Whoa,
It's pretty big.
my entire idea about the economy and Donald Trump has changed," right? the fact that you're already defending Trump instead of saying, you know what, I need to take a little bit to think about this, is really unsettling to me. Like, you're already like, well, he probably has a good reason, right?
I mean, dude, probably. He's our president.
Yeah, what if it... Oh, so no matter what, the president will always do things that are good for you?
No, but I trust him.
What was that?
Why do you trust him?
Because I voted for him. We elected him.
That doesn't
You
answer my
want
question
something
at
called the
all.
popular vote, you stupid prick.
While the left spreads misinformation,
Dan.
perpetuating
Dan.
stochastic
I don't like
terrorism,
your
then it
name,
happens.
Dan.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't like your
I'm dropping. I can't. I'm dropping the Phil guy. I want to bring that guy up. If you want a debate partner, that guy. Life at the liquor store. Life at the liquor store. The spotlight's on you. Come up and tell me how I am a stochastic terrorist, please. Come on, don't be shy. Add some big words in the chat. Yeah. That's
I don't need another.
Oh, they hiding?
I can 1v2 you guys.
Yeah. Listen. Shout out to Gage. I can't tell. I genuinely can't tell if he's trolling, but at least this is a this isn't a coward, right? He requested up.
Yeah, I'm here to debate. I know, I'm confident. I know what I'm talking about. I can take you guys.
He has to be a troll, right? You just found out who pays the tariffs, and you said that you know what you're talking about.
I mean, I was wrong, dude.
Okay. Is there any chance that would extend to you being wrong about other things?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. So
what about let's talk about like Trump's policy on stopping wars.
Okay, let's talk about that. The policy about stopping wars. What is Trump doing that is different than other administrations?
He's actually going hard on it.
Be more specific.
Biden was just letting Ukraine and Russia happen. Trump's actually like going face first and trying to stop it.
What does letting Ukraine and Russia happen mean to you?
Biden just didn't. I mean, he sent him some money, dude, but he's not like he wasn't telling him, "Hey, stop this." That's what Trump's doing.
So, hey, stop this.
Well, that's what basically in like short term, yeah, that's what he's saying.
And then did Russia stop?
They're probably going to.
Probably going to. Okay. If they don't stop, unless
if they know it's good for them,
if they don't stop unless they get to keep part of Ukraine, would you call that a victory?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you right now, Donald Trump is not going to get them to stop without. Thank you so much, Underdog. Donald Trump is not going to get them to stop without basically throwing Ukraine under the bus in that regard.
He's not going to do that to them.
He's already tried to. He literally has and the ambassador that's negotiating this stuff, Steve Witkoff, is like a pro-Putin asset. Like he literally went to. I don't know if you saw the transcript of his call, but he was talking to a Russian diplomat, and he basically said, "Okay, so this is what I think President Putin should do when he meets with President Trump. He should congratulate him about his election win, talk about all of the successes he has." And then I think we'll be able to get like a good agreement for you guys. Does that sound like who we should be having negotiate with Russia?
It's not Trump that's negotiating. What'd you say his name is?
Steve Witkoff. Well, Trump is the one that put him in place, right? The one that appointed him.
I don't know, dude. I still think that Trump's going to be what stops wars for us, and he's going to be the peace president. That's what he ran on.
Can you explain what's going on with Venezuela then? Why would
Venezuela?
Yeah. Why would we start to
like when we unalive the boats?
Yeah, which is, I mean, actually is instigating.
I don't know, dude. He probably had a reason.
probably had a reason is not a defense. You know that, right? You said that like 3 times to think. Like I pointed out bad things Trump has done. You said, well, he probably had a reason. Yeah, okay.
Dude, he's the president.
Yeah, he probably had a reason for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll too. That doesn't mean it's justified.
I mean, it's not justified. You're right. It's bad.
Okay, so this could apply to his presidency as well. If he does things that are bad, just because he has a reason, doesn't mean
reason.
that.
Okay, for a lot of the stuff he does, though, the reason is for the common good of the people. A lot of things,
But you
not
haven't
everything.
demonstrated that in any way, shape, or form. What does bombing those boats have to do with the common good of the people?
Dude, they're bringing in DU, or you know what?
If that's the case, then why did he? If that's the case, why would he pardon the former president of Honduras, who literally was convicted of facilitating bringing in tons of DRU?
I don't know. Did he know?
Yes, Donald Trump knew this.
I mean,
Do you know why he knew?
No, why?
Because that's what he was pardoned for. That's literally what he pardoned Hernandez for, because Hernandez was in federal prison, the former president of Honduras, the guy who worked with El Chapo. He literally pardoned Hernandez for the crime that Donald Trump's DOJ started investigating him for, and that Biden convicted him for.
I mean, what if it was? I don't know, dude.
All right, Gage, I'm going to teach you a little bit of critical thinking here. So, if a person, in this case the president, right, doing something and their justification doesn't follow with their other actions, this is when you should take pause, right? So in this case,
I do.
Right, doesn't seem like you're taking pause. All you're doing is hand waving any kind of cognitive dissonance by saying, well, he probably had a reason. So you're saying you trust that him bombing these boats is helping the U.S. because these boats were bringing in narcotics, right? Now, number one, they haven't proven that at all. But even if they have, if that's his actual reason, then he wouldn't be pardoning people that bring in narcotics to the country, right? It's clearly not something he cares about.
I mean, maybe you're right. Okay. I still think he does other good stuff though that outweigh this bad stuff.
It's fine for you to think. All I want, Gage, this is all I want. I just want us to live in the same reality. Okay? That's all I want.
We are, dude. Planet Earth.
Okay. Sure. I just want us to agree at least on the facts on the table. Obviously, we can interpret them differently, right? Like if you see somebody who does blanket tariffs that are inflationary and pardons people that violently assaulted police officers and is a 34-time felon and doesn't care about the Constitution, and when asked if he has a duty to defend the Constitution, he said, I don't know, and sexually assaulted a woman, and it's clear that he doesn't even know how trade deficits affect the economy or why they matter. But all of these things, like
he probably does.
As long as you know all of that stuff, if you come to the conclusion that you still like Trump, I mean, it is what it is. I can't change your mind. But I just want you to recognize these things. Like you thought, for example, this is a great one. You thought that the foreign country paid tariffs. Now you know that Americans pay tariffs. Americans like you, and I'm hoping you also.
I don't pay taxes, dude.
Yeah, but you're American.
I mean, I don't have an income though.
I'm just making sure that you're an American. That's all.
I am. Moscow, Idaho.
Okay. Moscow, Idaho. Okay. So, once we're on the same fact basis, then listen, it's up to you where your brain. If the Kool-Aid is really that good, I don't know what flavor it is. I'm guessing orange. If the Kool-Aid is really that good, then I'm not going to be able to pull you out. But at the very least, I want you to, after this is over, okay? After this is over, you leave the live for whatever reason. I don't want you ever saying that foreign countries pay the tariffs anymore. You learned something new today. Obtain that information.
I mean, okay, yeah. I'm a reasonable guy, dude. If If you tell me something true, yeah, I mean, I'll believe it. Yeah.
Okay. Dan, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what tariffs are doing and what is coming. You are just yapping.
He's
Rami
probably
on
right.
YouTube. Rami on YouTube. If you have a TikTok, feel free to come on over. If not, if you have a Discord, we can set something up. I'd love to talk to you about tariffs. You seem to be an expert. But anyway, okay, Gage.
Yeah.
Are we good now? What's the
Well, I'm still a Trump supporter, pretty staunchly.
what would Trump have to do to change your mind?
Not be a Christian anymore. He denounced Christianity. Hey, Phil Deffin just said he wants to talk again.
I don't
He
care.
tagged me.
That's not a real person. What if he does things that are actively against Christianity?
I mean, yeah, I would have a problem, a major problem with that.
Okay, cool. So, what does Christianity say about welcoming the stranger?
Welcome the stranger.
And what does Donald Trump do to immigrants?
Welcomes in stranger. I mean, dude, oh my gosh. If they're legal, he lets them in.
If they're where does the Bible say anything about legality?
I mean, dude, it wasn't around back then.
All right, we'll go to a simpler one. Bible says that it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into heaven.
I've heard this, dude.
Yeah, it talks about how the wealthy should be giving away most of their money.
He does. He doesn't even take a salary, dude, for being the president.
Okay, Donald Trump has, just so we're clear, $400,000 a year compared to what he's making off of his crypto and his sneakers and his watches and his NFTs and all that. Like, please, you can miss me with that. Like, that's got to be the worst argument you've made so far.
He's a businessman. Yeah, he still has like shit going and deals. But
okay, all right. So you don't actually care about Christianity. You can just say that. I don't actually care about Christianity because you brought that up. I asked you specifically, what would he have to do for you to stop being a Trump supporter? You said if he denounced Christianity. Well, if all of his actions denounce Christianity, like he cheated on all 3 of his wives, right? That's a commandment. That's one of the big 10. Rape's not one, by the way, but cheated on all of his wives. Never once apologized. That's a big thing. But just so we're clear, big thing in the Bible is repenting. Donald Trump said, "I have nothing to repent for."
I mean, he probably already repented. I mean, he might have meant like
no. He's literally said, "I have nothing to repent for. I never admit when I'm wrong."
He might have already done it.
He might have. Okay, so you're saying that he's lying about repenting?
No, he's not a liar either, dude.
He said that he's never asked for forgiveness.
What?
Donald Trump.
When did he say that?
Okay.
I believe it was 2016.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay, he might have changed by then. That's 10 years ago, dude.
Amazing.
Are you being real? No. You're being okay. All right, right now, today. If he says, "I have nothing," I'm sorry, Gage, really quick. If he says right now, today, "I have nothing to repent for," I will never ask for forgiveness. Gage, really quick, right now, if he says, "I have nothing to repent for," today, December 21st, "I have nothing to repent for," I've never asked for forgiveness, never will. Will you renounce your support for him?
It would definitely make me consider it. Yeah.
Do you have a single? I'm going to pull up the interview real quick, because this is from the Christian Post. Even listen, the real Christians. I don't want to know true Scotsman, you guys, but real Christians noticed that this is a wild thing to say as a Christian.
What is it?
Why do I have to repent or ask for forgiveness if I am not making mistakes?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, but that's from like 10 years ago, dude. It's bad, but people change.
Do you think he's changed? Has he given you any inkling that he's changed?
I don't.
If anything, he is worse. in every way.
Oh, he's not.
I would vote for 2016 Trump over 2024 Trump any day of the week. This is
It's
crazy.
the same Trump. It's the same guy, dude.
Oh, perfect. The same guy. Okay, so you denounce this, and you denounce your support for
No,
Trump.
Jeff. Oh my gosh. No.
You see, all right. So what's happening, Gage, right now
When it
is
comes to
cognitive
policies-
distance. This is your brain. It hurts.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
it hurts. This is cognitive distance. You just said he's the same, but you also said that he's changed. Those
Dude.
two statements are so diametrically opposed. You recognize that?
I meant it policy wise, dude. It's the same. Like he has the same policies. Yeah, he might not be the same man, like internally.
Okay. Now, are any of his policies pro Christianity? Is there anything
He's
he's done?
pro family, unlike Kamala Harris was.
Kamala, and what? How did Kamala not support
Sorry.
family?
She literally told Christians that they shouldn't be at her rally.
Okay, really quick. The doctored video. They didn't mention anything about Christianity until they were already getting thrown out.
I mean,
If you want to just go by videos,
sure.
there's a video of Donald Trump saying, "I'm not Christian." Is that going to change your mind?
From how long ago, dude?
Same time that Kamala did her rally thing, 2024.
Okay, what's the full context? It's probably out of context.
Why is it out of context for Trump but not Kamala?
Dude, I'm not ruling out the possibility that hers isn't out of context.
Okay, so I asked you. I'm going to walk you back to where we were. I asked you
Okay.
what Trump would have to do to lose your support, and you said he'd have to denounce Christianity.
Exactly.
And okay, so I pointed out so many things that he's done that are
No, I meant, oh my gosh. I meant like if he said it was evil, like if he was like Christians are bad and they're banned from the country.
got you.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Okay, so he is allowed to say I'm Christian and then do everything the opposite of Christianity, and that's cool with
He
you.
doesn't do that.
Oh, perfect. Can you give me a single example of him doing something that's pro Christianity? A single one.
I mean,
One.
he's pro family. Him and JD Vance are pro family. They're the most pro family president
Wait, what does pro family
ever.
mean?
Being there for your family, being there for your people, having kids if you want to. I mean,
No. Having kids if you want to. Oh, no. They're not for having kids if you want to. That's the left is for having kids if you want to. The right is for having kids no matter what. You get raped, you have to have that kid. So I don't know why you would bring that up. He's not pro family in that he cheated on all three of his wives. So I don't know why you would say he's pro family.
he didn't actually cheat. You have no proof for that.
Yeah, we do.
Where?
Stormy Daniels.
Well,
Who is that? I don't know
wait.
who that is.
Nemo, really quick. I always like to set the goalpost first. Okay. If we have proof that he cheated on all three of his wives,
Okay.
would that make you realize that he's not pro-Christian, pro-family?
It would make me not, and it hurt, and make me question some things. That's for sure.
All right.
I mean, I wouldn't
Go
like
ahead, Nemo.
it.
Sorry. I really like setting the goalpost before so they can't squirm.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, Stormy Daniels was the adult actress that he paid.
I think Phil Duffin wants to come back up.
I don't care.
I don't care. Like, dude,
Okay.
it's Brock. Nobody gives a fuck. Anyway, Stormy Daniels, the adult film actress that he paid to bone and then to not talk about it. He was married to Melania the entire time.
Just a really quick clarification.
When was this?
He didn't pay to sleep with her. Stormy Daniels confirmed that she did that of her own
Fair
volition.
enough.
But he did pay to cover it up. When was that? It was when Melania had just given birth to Barron.
What, like 20 years ago?
So just so we're clear, you didn't care. You said there's no proof that he cheated on his wives, but now, unless he cheated on his wife
I do
last
care.
week.
No, I do care. I was just asking, like 20 years ago. I wanted a general time frame, dude.
Oh, yeah, like 18 years ago, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was asking. What
And
now?
I also I can't remember the order that his wives went in, but he cheated on his first wife with his second wife.
Yeah.
And then his second wife with his third wife, which the third is Melania.
Yeah, the First Lady of the United States. I know her.
Okay. So that's 3 instances of adultery.
And he
I don't
doesn't. He
like
doesn't
it.
deny. By the way, he does not deny any of those.
Hey, dude, I already told you I don't like it. Yeah, I disagree with it.
So I guess here's my question. Will you be okay no matter what? Like you said, your line in the sand, and I don't. By the way, I don't think this should be what your line in the sand is because I think like
What should my line be?
Well, I personally don't think we should be making like political decisions based on religion, but I'm going off of your position. Okay, your line in the sand is if he denounced Christianity, and my question to you is, at what point? If a guy says I'm Christian and then does literally everything he possibly can to do the opposite of Christianity, how many of those instances would it have to take? Because clear what you're doing is, well, I don't like that, but I still support him. Well, I don't like that, but I still support him. Well, just draw your line. Draw your line so that we can finally know where it is. Because clearly your line shifts depending on how whatever your line is. It's one step to the right of how bad Trump is. Like Trump cheated on 3 of his wives. If he cheated on 4, then that would be a bridge too far. So like, what's the line?
Okay, it's if he like started talking about how he hates Christians and he was like, "Yeah, we're kicking him out of the country. We're not supporting Israel anymore."
So that's the only line. The only line would be if he.
It's not the only line, dude.
Wanted
It's the main one.
Okay, so the only line would be. All right, that's not the only line. There's no line in relation to Christianity other than if he persecuted Christians, is what you're saying.
That's the main line. That's not the main line.
Okay, so you don't actually care about Christianity. You just care about Team Christian, right? You just please don't hurt us. Don't hurt us, Daddy Trump. You can hurt everybody else. You can hurt other religions. You can hurt undocumented immigrants. You can hurt all of them, but just don't hurt us. That's all. That's your real point. You said you care about Christianity. You don't care about Christianity. You care about the label.
Yes, I do.
No, you obviously don't, because Donald Trump is the antithesis of Christianity. In fact, I can make a good argument that he's the actual Antichrist in the Bible, where they talk about the mark and how.
If there's any Antichrist, it's like the billionaire Democrat. What's his name? George something. Soros.
Is George Soros as the Antichrist? He's really bad at it.
Is that the billionaire that supports all the Democrats?
That's the person you're thinking of. Yeah. Do you know anything about George Soros?
And he's worth a lot of money, and he supports the party that likes to kill babies.
Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. Worth a lot of money, supports a party that likes to kill babies. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you saying, just so we're clear, no matter what, no matter how unchristian a president is, and in your mind, Christianity is super important, no matter how unchristian a president is, as long as the opposition supports a woman's right to make her own healthcare decisions, they will always be better. You're dug in on that.
No,
No,
that's not what I'm saying.
well, the only thing you said about George Soros is that he has a lot of money and supports Democrats. That's not enough to think he's the Antichrist.
Okay, what about Bill Gates then, dude? He's worth even more money, and he supports him too.
I don't even know if Bill Gates does support Democrats. And what does this have to do with anything?
I think
I don't even know what you're doing at this point. All I'm saying is that Donald Trump is very clearly did not exemplify Christian
You said he
values.
might be the Antichrist, and I said
I can make a good argument that he's the Antichrist because the Antichrist talks about how the Antichrist talks about how the Revelation talks about how the Antichrist would be very charismatic and would fool a lot of people. That's not the case with George Soros or Bill Gates. They're not charismatic at all. We don't even hear them talk. Donald Trump, very charismatic, fooled a lot of people. Fooled you. Fooled the fuck out of you.
He didn't fool me. No, he didn't.
He got you to think that foreign countries pay the tariffs.
Okay.
He got you to think that he's a Christian when everything he does is anti-Christian.
Next point.
How much to Louis? Thank you for the $2. How much to read Trump Antichrist article right now? If you link it on Discord, I don't know what the number would be, but link it on Discord, and that will raise the odds a lot. Hey, Liam, I'm sorry, I didn't see this before. I didn't see this before, but the correlation between autism in the United States and near-Earth asteroid discoveries.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right, man. Gage, have you reached
My limit?
Yeah. Are you good?
No, but I can leave if you guys want me to. I'm respectful.
I mean,
We had a good debate.
I'm not. I don't even know if I'll call it a debate. It's just you've been up here for 46
I
minutes,
would.
you've been up here for 46 minutes, and it kind of just sounds like you don't know a lot, which is fine.
Yes, I do. I'm smart, dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Dumb people don't graduate high school.
How many people are in the House of Representatives?
100? 2 per 50 states.
What?
In the House of Representatives.
Aren't there 2 from each state?
That's the Senate.
Oh, okay. How many are in the House of Representatives?
Sounds like you don't know.
You don't need to know that to be a good debater.
Smart people don't like me.
Okay, so who's telling the truth? Is it you or is it Donald Trump?
He was joking. I know his sense of humor. I'm a follower of him. I've been following him since high school.
You are a follower. Would you say that it's kind of important to know how the government works before having really strong opinions about what the president is doing?
I do know how the government works.
You don't know how many people are in the House? Do you even know what the House of Representatives is?
They make laws and they pass laws and they represent our country.
They represent our country.
Yeah. It's in the name, representatives.
They represent their districts.
Yeah, their district is the country. What?
Okay.
What's the
How
difference
many are there?
between the Senate and the House?
The Senate are like the law. They're the senators of this country, the states. Like Idaho has 2 senators. I think 3 governors or
3 governors,
one
yeah.
governor. Okay. It's 5 per. Yeah, I mean, what's your point, dude? How many continents are there? There's 7.
Well, you got
Why
that.
use lot word when few word do trick? Oh Lord.
I'm not an idiot. I don't know what your guys' point is.
I've seen him on Dean and Parker. It doesn't get better. All right, yeah. Listen, Gage. I don't know about chat. I'm over this conversation.
Okay, well,
I suppose I
we
appreciate.
had a good debate.
I appreciate you for. Can you just promise me one thing? Just one thing. Promise me that you will never. There's a lot of things that you learned today. I just want one. Just promise me that you will never say that the foreign country pays the tariff ever again. Just if you could retain that one.
I'm going to research more of it.
Sure. Go ahead and research it. You just promise me that one thing. You'll never say that again.
If my research proves that, yeah, they don't pay it, then I'll start saying it. Yeah, I'm going to research it right after I leave.
What are you going to research? What are you going to? Because I asked specifically where you wanted me to research. I don't know if it was the other guy that said Fox News, but Fox News even said that.
That was the Phil Duffin guy.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just do it for you right now. Where would you like me to go?
I'm going to ask Grok.
Ask Grok.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to trust Grok on this.
Yeah, he's an unbiased AI that's really
smart. You're going
to
promise me that when Grok tells you that the U.S. and the U.S. importers pay tariffs, you're going to promise me that you're going to never again say that foreign countries pay tariffs, right?
Depending on how my research goes, yeah.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm doing the research for you right now. I want you to leave here knowing full well. Leave here. Okay, Dan taught me something today. Dan and Nemo taught me that the importing country pays the tariffs, right?
Okay, yeah, you're right.
All right. So is Grok going to be enough? Would you like multiple sources? I will do all of them for you. I want to make sure.
No, I'll ask Grok. If Grok says,
I'm going to ask Grok for you.
Grok,
no, you're not leaving here. You're not leaving here until I get that commitment. Okay, this is Grok, right?
Yeah, okay. I see it.
Who pays tariffs? Look at that second one. Legally and directly, tariffs are paid by the importer of record, typically a U.S. company or entity bringing goods into the country. They remit the tariff to U.S. Customs and Border Protection upon entry, and the revenue goes to the U.S. government.
Okay, yeah, we pay the tariffs.
Okay, so
I'm a reasonable guy.
perfect. Now, if I ever see you, either in this live or another live, say that the foreign country pays the tariffs, I'm going to immediately assume that you are not good faith, and either you are a Russian asset, a troll,
No, I'm not.
or too stupid to function in society. Okay, I'm trusting that it's not one of those three. Okay, I'm assuming that I will never hear you say that the foreign country pays tariffs ever again. I'm trusting that.
Okay.
Okay. You have a good night.
We had a good debate. Goodbye. You too. Both you two.
Ooh, he was about to say a naughty word. By the way, Dan, I told Gage about tariffs like 3 days ago. I went through a full analogy with him.
Nemo, don't do this to me.
Yeah.
My hope is gone. Well, okay, which one of the three is it? By your estimation, which one of the three?
I think he's a troll.
Okay. That wasn't a debate? No, it really wasn't. All right. We're gonna go to our next guest shortly. Gage has been around the TikTok block, Dan. Yeah, I figured. But first, if you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Friday and Saturday nights. Maybe not next week. Next week I'm traveling for holidays, but normally Friday and Saturday nights doing live political debates, political discussions, and fact checks. I will start going live more as we lead up to the midterms. But for now, that's where my schedule is at. If you like this content, make sure to drop a follow, tap the screen. Also, we are live currently on 3 platforms, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So you are welcome to follow on those as well. If you'd like to support the live, the best way to do it is just keep tapping the screen or drop a follow. If you must send a gift for 1 penny a day, you can send the Heart Me, which is really good for the algorithm and will bring more guests. Nobody has to send gifts above a penny if you don't want to. The only people that have to are people who would have been affected by Kamala Harris's tax plan. So if you make over $400,000 a year, you are required. You do have to gift. For everybody else, just enjoy the show. Thank you all so much. Hi, welcome up. Trey? Is that Piccolo? Trey, are you there? Bueller? Thank you, John, for the I'm readies. Okay, guest is not the guest bio. I wish I could look at the bio on TikTok Studio. Oh, I think I decided, by the way, chat. So T-Mobile is already giving me a free line. I told the story before, but I added Mac to my phone plan, which is a big step. But when I did that, they said, oh, we have a promotion right now where if you add a line, you get another line for free. Permanently, forever. It's just, you pay whatever activation, like $10 or whatever it was. Maybe it was $30. I can't remember. $10, $30, something like that. But it's just a one-time thing, and you're good forever. You just have a free line forever. And I was like, okay. I mean, that sounds stupid not to do, right? I might need it at some point. I think I should maybe use that. I should get a second device for TikTok for 2 reasons. One, they lied Dan Eifeld for it. What's the lie? Who is smacking? That's probably me. My mic is really sensitive. And every time I try to fix it, problem. But yeah, so 2 phones, 1 for the plug, Mac. The free lie. Well, what's the... So far, they haven't charged me for it outside of the activation fee. Oh, your mic is a Trump supporter? Oh, the snowflakes. I get it. Okay. But yeah, so 2 reasons. 1, we could potentially use it to have people call in. But 2, and more importantly, it makes MAGA hunting easier. Like y'all saw, it was kind of difficult for me to MAGA hunt with Erica because I didn't have 2 devices. So I'm going to look into. So I'm going to look into getting a second device. I don't know. I don't know if I have an old one that I can use. I definitely don't want to pay like full price for a new device. So we'll look into it. But anyway, go to the next guest. Oh, guests immediately disconnect. All right, we're at a guess. Are there any news stories that y'all want to talk about? I posted. Oh, hold on. Maybe we could read that article. Louis, where'd you post it? Oh, there it is. Could American evangelicals spot the Antichrist? Here are the biblical predictions. Ooh, this is long. This looks like a good article, but this is long. Okay, we could just read like the bolded parts. Get a Trump phone. Oh my god. Can we talk about the Trump phone? Now it was literally just a scam.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Chandler. So they advertised it. Oh. Trump Mobile. Yeah, so they advertised it, and they took people's money, but like they still haven't sent anything, and there's just nothing. A scam phone. That's as surprising as a fork in my kitchen. The companies whose case they showed said they have no deal with them. Oh my god. Sounds like older millennial app. Antichrist will be loved by all. Obviously, Trump isn't the Antichrist. Is that true? The Antichrist will be loved by all? I don't remember when I read the Bible. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. It's not exactly like that. It's that the Antichrist will be, I think it's like very popular, because they're going to campaign on like a platform of peace.
Okay, let me article. Could American evangelicals spot the Antichrist? Here are the biblical predictions. We're gonna just read the bold parts. Antichrist will be the leader of a nation that is a military superpower with the ability to trample and crush the entire nation, or with the entire earth. Okay. The 4th beast shall be the 4th kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, okay, like the US, and shall devour the whole earth and shall tread it down and break it into pieces. Daniel 7:23. Why? That does kind of sound like the US. The Antichrist will be a man who is exceptionally arrogant and will be known for giving boastful speeches. Okay, so this is from, I could hear his boastful speech, Daniel 7:8. So as you keep your eyes peeled for the Antichrist, be sure. Okay, I mean this one's a little short. The Antichrist will be someone known for making a lot of public threats against people, had a mouth like that of a lion. Okay. Antichrist will be someone obsessed with winning. He was bent on conquering. Okay. Antichrist will come from among 7 tall hills that each act as a head. And I saw a beast coming out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads, which stood for 7 hills. John described the Antichrist rising from the sea as he looked out from the island of Patmos in a supernatural vision. The Bible describes the beast as having 7 heads, which symbolize 7 hills that stood up high. Hills also are metaphorical places of power in the Bible. If the Antichrist were to come in the present age, we'd be most likely looking for an American president known for being exceptionally arrogant, boastful, threatening others, but who also came from 7 tall hills or places of power, one of which would need to be somewhere in the vicinity of where John was looking out into the ocean where it occurred. Well, this is super weird coincidence. Trump Towers. Okay. That's funny. 7 heads, maybe like the potential headquarters. Well, funny thing is, while Trump owns at least 10 skyscrapers that I'm aware of, apparently only 7 of them are formally named Trump Towers. Well, that's an interesting coincidence. And this is a little bizarre, but in John's vision, he said that the 7 heads had horns on them. Some had just 1, some had 2, kind of like those antennas on top. Oh, shit. Wow, and you know what? John's vision also said that the 7 heads all had someone's name written across them. Interesting. And let's not even open the can of worms regarding the building on Fifth Ave. Yeah, the same deal that was bailed out by Justice Kennedy's son before Kennedy surprised everyone and retired, giving Trump what had been a swing vote on the Supreme Court. Kushner family closes deal to unload 666 Fifth Avenue. The record $1.8 billion real estate investment became controversial when Jared Kushner joined the Trump White House. The Antichrist will cause people all over the globe to be filled with wonder and follow him. The whole world will be filled with wonder and follow the beast. Listen, I've told you guys, I've always been a little bit interested in politics, but I didn't really start to get interested until 2015, which was Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. They were super interesting. And a lot of people follow Donald Trump. A lot of people. Okay. The Antichrist will be a political outsider with despicable character and a contemptuous personality who wins an election that no one expects him to win. All right, let's see the connection here. A despicable person will arise, a man of contempt, to whom the royal honor has not been rightfully conferred. He will slip in when least expected and will seize the kingdom through flattery and intrigue. It was least expected in 2016. All of the models were showing that Hillary had like a 90% chance of the forecasts were showing Hillary had like a 90% chance of winning. Was when we least expected it. Very low voter turnout election. Kind of just snuck in. Didn't even win the popular vote. The Antichrist will give speeches where he speaks great things and then about things that are even greater. He has a mouth that spoke great things and that seemed greater than its comparisons. Okay, that one's like on the. They wrote about Trump when they said that. Like, this guy literally won't shut the fuck up about how big his crowd sizes are and his buildings, and like they literally asked him like, "Hey, how are you doing?" It was like 2 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered, and they said, "Hey, how are you doing after the death of Charlie Kirk?" And he was like, "I think I'm okay." Speaking of which, the ballroom is looking really nice. The Antichrist comes to power through collusion with a secret alliance who uses disinformation to help him win, even though he has a minority number of supporters. Okay, we got to see this. Also, I like that these are all coming from Daniel. After an alliance is made with him, he will practice deception, and he will go up and gain power with a small force of people. This one might be a tiny, tiny stretch. Tiny. The Antichrist's rise to power will seem like a miracle that God performed, tricking people into following Satan instead of God without even noticing. The arise in power of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lie. He did everything wrong politically. He offended gays. He offended women. He offended the military. He offended black people. He offended the Hispanic people. He offended everybody, and he became the president of the United States. Only God could do that. Wait, is that a real quote? Is that a real quote from Franklin Graham? Not in the article. Someone help me. Is this a real quote? As president, the Antichrist will immediately find ways to make himself and his friends richer, and he will do it in a way no president has done before. Then he will distribute among his followers the plunder and wealth of the rich, something his predecessors had never done. Okay, well, his predecessors had never done. Obviously, some of his predecessors have done that. But in the way he's done it, no, this is a first. There has been no president in history that can take unlimited amounts of money, right, through his crypto, unlimited amounts of money from foreign countries, from anywhere in the world, with and no way to document it, no oversight on this. This is the first time in history that a president can do that. Once in power, the Antichrist will reveal that his heart wants to make alterations to the appointed times that are in the current laws. He will try to change the set times and the laws. What's fascinating is that the Bible never tells us he actually succeeds or does change the appointed cycles, but he expresses wanting to change them. What would it look like to express an interest in changing the laws around cycles and appointed times? It would likely be that the Antichrist will want to change elections, skip/delay an election, or extend term limits, etc. Thus, what the Bible says of intending to alter laws for appointed times. I mean, yeah, that's Trump. The Antichrist will make fake news popular and will be a chronic liar. His followers will believe his delusions because they hate the truth. He will cause deceit to prosper, and he will consider himself superior. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. Holy shit! Now it's getting a little eerie now. That one's right there. The Antichrist will reward those who are completely loyal with powerful positions and lucrative real estate deals. He will greatly honor those who acknowledge him. He will make them rulers over many places and will sell them land at a price. No kidding, the Bible predicts that the Antichrist will be someone who negotiates powerful real estate deals with his friends. The Bible says that we'll be able to spot the Antichrist because he will give an arrogant public speech in the middle of his first term where he boasts of great things, but also uses God's name as a curse in the same speech. And there was given to him a mouth speaking of great things and blasphemous words. And he opened his mouth saying terrible things and blasphemed the name of God. Trump called out by Christians for using the Lord's name in vain at fiery North Carolina rally. The Antichrist will draw strong support from many Christians as if they are blindly and outright delusional. Okay. For false Christs and false prophets will arise and appear to perform great signs and wonders so as to lead astray, if possible, God's own people. He will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction. Jerry Falwell, Trump's blasphemy isn't a deal breaker. Friendly reminder that American evangelicals are not followers of Christ. Like whether you're a Christian or not, doesn't matter. This is just a factual statement. American evangelicals are not followers of Christ. I don't know who or what they follow, but it's not Jesus. The Antichrist will not care about what is legal or constitutional because the laws of the nation will not apply to him. He will be above the law. The coming of the lawless one will be in accordance with how Satan works. He will use all sorts of displays of power through signs and wonders that serve the lie. The Antichrist will spend his first term in office having an ongoing feud with the leadership of the nation on his southern border. No fucking way. He will stir up his strength and courage against the king of the south. No fucking shot. They predicted when Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Y'all believe it's been over 10 years since he said that? Jesus Christ. I feel so bad for anyone under the age of 25 who half your fucking life has been hearing Donald Trump's name every single day. Like, can we be done with this, man? Fuck. Oh, remember when Vicente Fox said, we're still not paying for the fucking wall? Wait. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at myself. Oh, we don't talk about this anymore. Donald Trump, we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. And then Donald Trump gets in office and we start paying for it. How does he not get more shit for that? The deal maker in chief? And we ended up paying for it. In fact, they started a GoFundMe that just scammed a bunch of Trump supporters. They're like, you know what? We'll pay for the wall. We're so racist. We'll pay for the wall out of our own pockets. And then whoever started that GoFundMe just scammed them. The Antichrist will be so angry at the king to his south that he will decide to intentionally inflict harm on that ethnic group in retaliation. He will set himself against the people, doing much damage before continuing his journey. Yes, you're tracking with me correctly. The Bible predicts the Antichrist will be an arrogant political outsider who talks about great and greater things, who wins an election where he has less supporters due to the election being tampered with, who then instantly gets rich off of the presidency and spends his time in a feud with the president across his southern border. And yes, the Bible actually says that after negotiations fail at the southern border, he decides to get even by intentionally inflicting harm and distress on that ethnic group. Get ready to have your mind blown with what Zechariah's prophecy about the coming Antichrist says on this matter, especially in light of what Daniel tells us regarding the Antichrist retaliation along the border. There will be a leader over the land who will not help the ones who are dying. He will not go looking for the young who got lost or care for the children. He won't help the ones who are sick or broken, or even give nourishment to the hungry ones who are still healthy. Children are being ripped from their parents as a deterrent from crossing into the Northern Kingdom, refugees being locked in cages without... I'm assuming this was written after his first term, or during his first term, because this is all just so we're clear. It's even more accurate now. But I haven't seen anything that's relevant to recent stuff. In the actual writings. Some dying in our custody, children still missing or given for adoption, even though they weren't orphans. Yes, the Bible references the worthless shepherd who will do it, aka the Antichrist. Even before January 6th. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, like, all of this stuff is already there even before January 6th. That's why it's, like, so mind-boggling to me, like, 2024 even happened. Like, this is like an open book test. 2016 was one thing. 2024, like, what the fuck were you guys doing? The Antichrist will be furious over rumors and reports that come from the east and north, and will fly into fits of rage as the reports surface. But reports will trouble him from the east and north, and he will set out in a tremendous rage to destroy and wipe out many. That's right. In the middle of the Antichrist feud along the southern border, he will be hearing troubling rumors and reports that specifically come from eastern and northern parts of the country. The Bible goes on to predict the rumors will frighten him and leave him so furious that he has fits of rage and will want to destroy people over the reports. Trump curses Mueller investigation, or Mueller appointment. This is the end of my presidency. Failing New York Times writes total fiction. Trump thought presidency was over when told of Mueller's appointment. The end, I'm fucked. The Antichrist will appear to receive a fatal wound in the head, but the whole world will be amazed he survived. Wait, no, okay. This was obviously after. This must have been added, right? Because this was after 2019. And I saw one of his heads that was wounded as if fatal, but it was healed and the world was amazed. It might have been added, actually.
That one, there were like a couple that I didn't know about. That was one of them. That actually kind of spooked me.
This is wild. Oh, update, July 2024. This is a tad bit creepy considering I originally wrote this article in 2019. Okay, I see. The Antichrist will have the nation's most powerful religious leader influencing the country for him. This leader will try to convince Christians that the Antichrist is God's pick and that we need to support him. And then I saw a second beast come from the earth who looked like a lamb but spoke like a dragon, and it deceived the inhabitants of the earth. I don't know if we have a specific person like Franklin Graham is one of many religious leaders that forsook had forsaken their entire religion for this man. Like just said, yeah, we were never Christians actually. We just really, like money, and Trump gives us money. During the worst years of his by the way, this is super random. Okay, super random. But every once in a while I think about this. In 2020, when we had the lockdowns, and then the first stimulus checks went out, or $1,200. I remember there was a dude, okay? I don't remember what his name was. He wasn't one of the more famous televangelists. But there was a dude who put out a video saying, like, you should donate your $1,200 to evangelists. I can find it.
Is that Kenneth Copeland?
No, it wasn't Kenneth Copeland. Televangelist. Stimulus. Now, he called it a challenge. Said there was a challenge. This guy. Yes. Okay. I think about this video. I think about this video like once a month. I don't know why. It just pops in my head. It's the audacity. Okay. U.S. pastor challenges people to donate their stimulus to churches.
Pastor Spell Stimulus Challenge. 3 rules. Number 1, April the 19th, 2020. It begins.
Okay, so this is the first thing. This is the first thing that sticks out to me, okay? Is that he said it's the stimulus challenge and there are 3 rules. His first rule is not a rule. It's just the date of the start of his challenge. That's not how rules work. 3 rules. Rule number 1, April 19th is when it starts. Okay.
Rule number 2, donate your stimulus money. Rule number 3.
Okay, so rule number 2 isn't a rule either. It's just what the challenge is. The challenge is to donate your stimulus money. So neither of these are rules. I don't think he knows what rules are.
Donate it to evangelists, North American evangelists who haven't had an offering in a month, missionaries who haven't had an offering in a month, music ministers who haven't had an offering in a month. I'm donating my entire stimulus, $1,200. My wife is donating her stimulus, $1,200. My son is donating his stimulus, $600. Hashtag Pastor Spell Stimulus Challenge. If you don't have a church, give through my website, www.
Like, how wild is that? Where it's like people aren't working, a lot of them are furloughed, whatever it might be. And he's like, donate your whole stimulus check.
Yep.
And something about him not knowing what rules are really tickled my fancy. Like it's stuck in my head. Dan guest? Oh, we have a guest? How much longer is the there's still a lot. Okay, all right, we'll pull up the guest. I don't see a guest in the box. Muted me because they hate free speech. LOL. I'm convinced conservatives don't know what free speech is. Okay. Oh, here we go. We have a guest. I don't think it's the guest that. Not seem to be a Trump supporter. Hello, Maria. Did you mean to request?
Oh no, sorry.
No worries at all. Have a good one. Steve, I did request. Jeez, calm down, people. Okay, Steve, I don't see a request, so I'm going to send you an invite. And sometimes it can be hard to request. Send you an invite. All you have to do is accept. Okay. Accepting. What to do here? I think I'm just going to go back and read the article. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put put in TikTok over here so I can see if you request. All right, and I'll read the article over here. How about that? Does that work? Work for you? You didn't request, and when I sent you an invite, you didn't accept. So I don't know what more you want. I hit accept. All right, I'll try it again. Here we go. Sent you an invite. Maybe you have a bad connection. MAGA Mobile. I don't know. Does he not have live? He has live access. I wouldn't be able to send the invite if he didn't have live access. Okay, well, I'm going to just keep reading this and you figure that out. During the worst years of his rule, Christians will hold the vast majority of power in the land, but they aren't the good guys. When the power of the holy people has been finally broken, all these things will be completed. Antichrist will come to power and be successful, not despite Christians, but because of Christians. They will be his chief supporters and are also the people God is fighting against behind the scenes. In Daniel's vision about these evil days, he is told that the end game of God's plan is ensuring the power of the holy people is broken. Word request is literally above Nemo's head. During these times, there will be an evil ruler in Israel who will wage war and cause cities to become desolate. Hold on. The ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. War will continue until the end, and desolations have been decreed. Wait, it doesn't say Israel here. Is this happens? The Antichrist will have a buddy ruling Israel. Unless the sanctuary specifically is like a Bible term for Israel. I mean, this one seems like a bit of a stretch, but I'm not a Bible buff.
Wait, what is it again? Because so it's desolations have been decreed. What is it?
The passage or what he's claiming?
Yeah.
Okay, so the passage is Daniel 9:26-27. The ruler who will come will destroy the city and the sanctuary. War will continue until the end, and desolations have been decreed. Sanctuary is not a biblical term for Israel. Okay, then this seems like a stretch because it doesn't say anything about Israel. I don't know why. The Antichrist will form an alliance with the ruler of Israel and will desire to occupy the coastal area. The invader will do as he pleases. No one will be able to stand against him. He will establish himself in the beautiful land and will have the power to destroy it. He will come with the might of his entire kingdom, make an alliance. Then he will turn his attention to the coastlands. Am I missing something? Is one of these things like an allegory for Israel? It's supposed to build the third temple and the AC is desecrated.
Yeah. So, you ever heard of the movie Left Behind?
No.
Oh, I am to you. I mean, it's actually kind of good in a terrible way. You know who? What's his name? Kirk Cameron. Do you know who Kirk Cameron is? So back when Kirk Cameron was really young, in like 2000, he decided he was going to make movies about the book series called Left Behind, which is literally like about the rapture. So it's like the rapture happens and then the Antichrist and all that stuff. There were 3 movies made, and they're kind of bad, but also I love them. And in the first movie, I think, that exact verse is quoted by one of the people. I think it's like a witness that is supernatural or some shit. He breathes fire. It's a whole thing, man. But yeah, it's in Israel. I need to read the thing. Hold on.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Ponzi. Thank you, Cash. Thank you, everybody, for sending heart me's and I'm ready's and everything. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know debate interlocutors are few and far between nowadays, but this article is pretty interesting. Where were we? During the rule of the Antichrist, there will be a global pandemic that will kill many people, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. The Bible predicts that during the rule of the Antichrist, there will be a global pandemic where illness enters the country from a foreign place, spreading in liquid form. Okay. Listen, okay. A lot of these were like one-to-one connections. Okay, so I'm not gonna blame him for finding more loose connections here. I'm here for Mario and Antichrist talk. During the pandemic, the Antichrist will not prioritize the vulnerable. There will be a leader over the land who will not help the ones who are dying. Well, yeah, that's Trump. Trump playing down the coronavirus is severity. Trump admits that he lied about the coronavirus. Y'all remember when we used to call it the coronavirus? That was early, and then I mean, I'm glad that we were able to culturally move past that because COVID was much more accurate. There's a lot of different coronaviruses, but like I just thought it was interesting, like how on board everyone was with the rebrand. During the rule of the Antichrist, many people will begin having strange and vivid dreams. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophecy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Recently, people have been having strange and vivid dreams all over the country, and scientists have been busy trying to explain it. I don't remember this happening, by the way. I don't know when this happened. The New York Times reported... Well, the New York Times wants money from me, so I thought my strange dreams were from melatonin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure stuff like melatonin does cause weird dreams because I've definitely had some dreams on melatonin. During the rule of the Antichrist, there will be food shortages and huge spike in food prices, but will be a surplus of oil that remains cheap. 2 pounds of wheat for a day's wages and 6 pounds of barley for a day's wages, and do not damage the oil. Holy shit. Oh, that's funny. During the reign of the Antichrist, those who are wise to what is happening will rise up and resist in a period of civil unrest that will get a lot of attention. They will face violence from security forces and receive no help from the Antichrist. Those who are wise will instruct many, though for a time they will fall by the sword or be burned or captured or plundered. When they fall, they will receive a little help, and many who are not sincere will join them. Protesters will face violence of security forces. I mean, we've seen that, especially in the 2020 protests, but also protests recently. The Antichrist will use his armed forces to remove people from the area surrounding the church and will do something detestable in front of it. Oh my God. Wait, his armed forces will rise up to desecrate the area surrounding the temple so that they can set up an abomination that leaves the area empty. This is like the Bible thing, right? Where he cleared out people with what's it called? Pepper spray? Oh, tear gas. And then held the Bible up upside down? Tear gas and rubber bullets, yeah. The supporters of the Antichrist will grow to hate those from the south, will become violent, and will ultimately stage a rebellion in support of Antichrist, but will fail. Those who are violent among your own people will rebel in fulfillment of the vision, but without success. They did fail in 2020. Thank you, Mike Pence. The Antichrist will do something to put his name above God and will be known for saying outlandish things. He will exalt and magnify himself above every god and will say unheard of things. Trump's God Bless the USA Bibles printed in China despite his job theft claims. Wait, this just keeps going. During the rule of the Antichrist, there will be a mass disappearance of agriculture workers. Oh my, 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken and the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill. One will be taken and the other left. The Bible seems to vividly describe that the Antichrist will rip apart families and that an untold number of people will disappear quickly. It even describes the people with mixed migration statuses, which we see so many stories about, where one of the spouses is here legally and the other spouse is not here legally. My goodness. Antichrist will see himself as being above everyone else, as if he had no need for God. He will eventually elevate himself as the God and King of Israel. And he will exalt himself above all so that he sets himself up in God's own temple in Israel, proclaiming himself to be God. However, it's hard to imagine this actually happening. I don't know if I've ever met a professing Christian who saw themselves as being so flawless or had zero reverence for God. Well, take that back. Never mind the admission that he's never seen a need to ask God for forgiveness or anything, or saying, why should I repent if I haven't done anything wrong? We actually just looked up this quote today. Just today, he said something that seemed unthinkable. Here's Donald Trump, just as the Bible predicts, setting himself up like he's the God and King of Israel. Thank you to, this is August 2019. Thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. He is the best president for Israel in the history of the world, and Jewish people in Israel love him like he's the King of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God, but American Jews don't him or like him. I don't know. I guess they missed the word. They don't even know what they're doing or saying anymore. It makes no sense, but that's okay. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he's good for... What the fuck? Like, it's... This is... All right. This is like... This is almost like Attack on Titan, where... I don't know if anyone saw Attack on Titan, where it's like... it seems like the author wrote it backwards because of how much foreshadowing there was. Like the Revelations, it sounds like they had a cheat code. They had a cheat book with cheat sheet with Donald Trump. Like, there's just, okay, right, we're gonna describe it. Go to the future. We'll go. We'll look at the future, see what Trump does, and then we'll describe that. Please share the link or title. Okay, so the link is in the Discord. The title is, hold on. The title was could American evangelicals spot the Antichrist? Okay, during the Antichrist rule, Christians will act religious, but will become cruel and hate what is good. In the last days, they will be unloving, unforgiving. They will slander others and have no control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will act religious, but reject the power that could make them godly. I mean, this is MAGA through and through, right?
One other thing about the Jewish thing, the one that you read just before. This was said yesterday, or 3 days ago.
And he loves Israel too. 6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president." Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
So that's Mark Levin, who looks and sounds drunk, hanging on to Trump at some event. Oh, it's a Hanukkah celebration at the White House. Yeah.
Okay, so to answer your question, Kai, we are reading an article called "Could..." Got called in like a bat signal. We're reading an article called "Could American Evangelicals Spot the Antichrist?" And it's going through all of the Bible verses that very, 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 very clearly describe Donald Trump. Erica Raid, welcome in, Erica Raiders. How was MAGA hunting? There's a guy on TikTok who goes live and gives all the similarities of Trump fulfilling the... Yeah, I mean, this article just keeps going. And, like, the dude wrote the article in 2019, but, like, more stuff is updating. Like, the head wound, like, there was a... one of them says, like, they saw a deadly wound to one of his heads, because he has 7 heads. The Antichrist has 7 heads. But then he healed, and people were amazed, and it's like, holy shit, like, it's literally the ear. How it heals itself, yeah. Welcome in, Erica Raiders, welcome in. We are reading an article called "Could American Evangelicals Spot the Antichrist?" And it goes through so many, it just never stops. So many quotes from Revelations in the Bible that describe Donald John Trump perfectly. We're almost done though, and we're hoping to get 1 or 2 more debates in, but MAGA does seem to be very, very afraid for the past few weeks now. Welcome in, Erica Raiders. Welcome in. Welcome in, loves. Okay. The Antichrist will worship the god of border walls. For real, the Bible actually says that. Daniel 11:37-38. He will show no regard for the gods of his ancestors or for the one desired by women, nor will he regard any god, but will exalt himself above them all. Instead of them, he will honor a god no one will have heard of before, the god of fortresses, and he will worship this god with a lot of money. My God. The Antichrist's most devoted followers will wear a sign of their allegiance to him on their foreheads. This is the one that I usually bring up, and this is like number 40 in this article. They received a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. Wait, the mark on their right hand applies now too with the injury. Welcome in, Erica Raiders. Welcome in. But the people who truly know God and remain faithful will firmly resist him. With flattery, he will corrupt those who have violated the covenant, but the people who know their God will firmly resist him. Okay. All right. That's it. But oh my goodness. There are so many of these that are so accurate. Like this one talking about how agriculture workers will be taken. The one about the failed rebellion. What else? Oh, the one about removing people around the temple to do to set up an abomination. The food shortages, but also the cheap gas prices, which literally happened in March of 2020, March and April of 2020, where we had food shortages, but do not damage the oil. Thank you, Erica.
So I sent you a TikTok of a guy named, I guess it's Jaguar Rye. It's spelled kind of odd, but he goes through 20. I mean, it's not long, but it's there were some on here that were not in that list.
Okay. Yeah, we can watch it real quick. This Steve guy still can't figure out how to request. I don't know what else to do about this person. Hi, Erica.
Okay, there we go. I was like, am I connected? Also, I was in the request for way too long. Now I feel some type of way, and we're going to have a talk about this offline.
I'm sorry. I'm very bad at noticing.
I know. And I say he's not looking. Hey, Nemo.
Hello.
How was MAGA hunting?
Oh my God, I'm not doing it anymore.
One of those nights, huh?
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. I'm gonna after the new year, I might do it. I may, but I'm not making any guarantees. I don't think I like it anymore. It's not fun. Was I supposed to say it was fun? Was that the right answer?
There is no right answer. Especially in MAGA world. I mean, there's no actual answer to anything. So you can just whatever your feelings are is truth is.
Anywho, how are you two doing?
Doing well, I think.
You get any Trump supporters?
Genuinely, no.
That's so on time. Thank you, Fax. That was so on time. Awesome.
So the first request we got was somebody who started to defend Trump and then said I'm too sick. I have a cold. I'm too sick to debate, and then left. And then we got someone named Gage.
Oh my God, Gage is the worst.
Yeah.
Next time you get Gage, just ask him about Brock. He'll crash out and leave. Don't worry.
Oh, chat asked him about Brock constantly.
Oh,
I don't know anything about Brock or Gage or any. This is all. I don't know all the MAGA lore. But
all new to you.
That definitely triggered him. And then some other person named Phil came up, and people were saying that it was Brock on an alternate account. But I dropped that person because they were annoying. And then I think was that it? Nemo, did we get anyone else after Gage? Probably it.
No, Gage was the last one.
Oh, and that's the reason that we were talking about the the Antichrist stuff because like after 40 minutes or whatever of going through all the like the bad things Trump has done, or how Trump is pro crime and pro inflation, etc. I asked him, all right, well, what would Trump have to do to lose your support? And he said he would have to denounce Christianity. And I was like, oh, okay. And I started describing all of the ways that Donald Trump doesn't follow Christianity, all the things that he does that are anti-Christianity. And he said, well, yeah, but he could have changed / it's better than wanting to kill babies or whatever, And then
Okay.
yeah. And then I happened to make a remark about how Trump could be the Antichrist, and then that got us down this rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole in which you are now.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people requesting up tonight to come on the panel, even though they saw that we were MAGA hunting. People just kept requesting to come up. I mean, they were Trump supporters because some of the names I recognize, but let me do an actual live where I want to talk to them. They don't want to request up.
Louis, thank you so much for the $20 on YouTube. It just says legend. I'm assuming this is because Louis sent $2 before and said how much to read the Trump Antichrist article right now. And so we read it. I'm assuming that this 20 is for that. Thank you, Louis. I appreciate that.
Awesome. What's the Trump Antichrist article?
Ooh, I think you're going to like it. Okay, so it is called Could American Evangelicals Spot... Oh, sorry. Could American Evangelicals Spot the Antichrist? Here are the biblical predictions. And there's like...
No, they couldn't.
There's so many, and like some of them are a little bit loose. But a lot of them are like, they had to be writing about Donald John Trump. Like, it's so exact. And some of them are just super interesting. Like, there's one talking about the 7 hills. Okay, so, and I saw the beast coming out of the sea with 10 horns and 7 heads, which stood for 7 hills. And then he talked about how like it's specific. There's specifically he owns 10 skyscrapers, but only 7 of them have Trump's name on them. And so like some of them are like super like conspiracy brain stuff. Some of them are a little bit loose, but a lot of them are like on the money. Like this one, for example, the whole world will be filled with wonder and follow the beast. Like,
this just made me think of something that happened on my live misinformation. You know that David, the what's his name? Democrats for Trump, that guy?
oh yeah.
Oh God, he's the worst, right? So like his live went down to where like the chat couldn't hear him, but if you were on a panel, you still could hear him. So I blame Liv. So Liv and I are still on a panel and we're still talking to him. Why do I get a flag on my live for misinformation because of him?
It's happened to me before too. Really frustrating.
Absolutely annoying. I was like, be so freaking for real. So
Thank you, Sam.
I was doing so well, but yeah. But be careful with this.
Oh, with this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay. There's one recently that is insane, which is the ear thing. He had to so this article was written in 2019, but he's added updates as more of the prophecy is fulfilled. Let me get down to the ear. As you can see, there's just so many. Okay. And I saw one of his heads that was wounded as if fatal, but it was healed and the world was amazed.
Okay. Maybe he is the Antichrist.
Some of these are super, super, like, on the money for Trump. And it says something about his supporters. Oh, hold on. Ungodly. What was Okay. In the last days, they will be unloving, unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will act religious but reject the power that could make them godly.
Oh, you starting to sound like my mom. We are in the end times.
Listen, I don't believe it, but if I did believe it, this guy fits the bill a lot. I thought the Antichrist was supposed to be hot as part of the scheme,
gosh.
they say. The Antichrist is going to come from the Middle East. He'll be loved by everyone. Does it say loved by everyone? Because it says that those that truly follow God will, yeah, with flattery he will corrupt those who have violated the covenant, but the people who know their God will firmly resist him. He's not loved by everyone.
Not at all.
Correct. Yeah, so that's not everyone. Also, remember that evangelicals want to usher in end times. They want Jesus to come back. Yeah, that's fair too.
We have over 436 people in here, and none of them are Trump supporters. I don't want to talk to them, but for
Well,
you and Nemo.
I think Steve is, but he couldn't figure out how to request and or is lying about requesting.
Yeah, he's a liar. It's really easy to request.
Louis said, or rather, his country is the hottest on earth. Oh my God! Wait, Trump says that all the time now. He says, 1 year ago, this country was dead. We had a dead country, and now we have the hottest country on earth. He will not stop saying that. I don't know who. I think the MBS might have said that to him, and he heard it and he's like, "That's a good tagline. I'm using that."
You might want to do it in a Trump voice.
Would you like to use your Trump voice?
I haven't. No.
Also, Nikki Jam is very hot. Oh yeah.
Oh, bro, did you see the video of all the words removed from the economic speech that he gave on Wednesday, and the only thing was left was just the mouth noises that he was making? Did you see that video?
No, but we're watching it.
Okay, it was a TikTok. You have got to watch it.
Okay, let me see if I can pull that up.
I'm finally gonna get food.
One of my
While
last.
you do.
Okay, I still have the TikTok pulled up that Nemo sent me, but we're gonna do this one first, really quick. I need to see. What will I? How do I search to find this? Trump mouth noises.
Yeah, I would just do that. Did I repost that video today? No, that's not it.
It's not this, but I just wanted to
It's
remind
definitely not
everyone.
that.
I just wanted to remind everyone that this was before the election. They voted for him after seeing this. Also, this right here. This right here happened before the election as well. Just FYI. It's on David Pacman TikTok. Okay. David. Which one of these videos?
Okay, I found the video. I don't know if this is the original person to post it, but look up Logan's Frontier.
Logan's.
Mm-hmm.
How are people?
Logan. Person?
I don't see him on your screen
Oh,
yet.
here we go. I got it. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Loading.
Good evening, America. Have a
Chat, make sure to have your headphones in. Okay. We'll be way better with headphones.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Do it one more time. One more time.
Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Oh my god. I'm so tempted to kick Nemo and Erica just so I could pin this comment. It says, "That's Trump's speech without lies."
That is true. That is true. I wouldn't even be mad. I would not be mad.
Oh god. I like the part where he goes sniff. Oh god.
I like the slurping one when he stuck his tongue out a little bit.
Have y'all seen the shit they've been saying at the Turning Point conference? I saw like one or two clips which were like I saw a Steve Bannon clip where it seemed it was. I don't want to quote it, okay, but it was some Nazi shit. That's what I'll say. I'd rather listen to the echoing MAGA lives than that. All I saw was Grindr was crashing it. Well, of course, comparing Charlie to Jesus. Yes, USA is so bad. Dan, do your little follower spiel. Oh, okay. All right. We do have another guest. There's a guest in the box. So really quick. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining. We're live Friday and Saturday nights doing live political debates, discussions, and fact checks. If you like this content, make sure to drop a follow, tap the screen. If you're not following the two people up here, they're both amazing content creators, Nemo and Erica. Make sure you drop a follow for them as well. For everybody that's gifted so far, I really appreciate it. The main thing I just want to make sure is if you just double check that you're following right next to your name, right next to my name, excuse me. If you see an orange heart or a gray heart, you're good to go. But if you see a red oval, you'll have to follow. Thank you. Okay, Erica, do you want to hang out for this guest or?
No, I'll let you and Nemo do it. You guys have fun. I think they're friendly, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's find out.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Hazel.
Hey, bro.
What's up,
How much
guys?
did you love Dan?
Dan's cool, actually. Dan, this is like the second time I've watched his live. The first time I caught him debating a Zionist, I always debate. That was kind of fun to see.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm that guy. I do have pushback. I can act as opposition since you don't have opposition. I do have very strong pushback on the Democratic Party. Like I mentioned last time, though, I definitely, if I could revote, well, not revote, vote in general, because definitely I signed the uncommitted petition in Michigan. I would definitely go if I go back in time because Trump's a fucking animal maniac. I would definitely vote for Kamala just as a lesser of two evils thing. But I do think it's evil. That's the main word. I do think the Democratic Party is inherently immoral for what happened in Gaza, and I can cite specific examples. And it's odd to me, like if there was a admin that like armed the Hutu regime during the Rwanda genocide, or if there was an admin that armed the Yazidis in Germany, or in Myanmar or all these other places, the ICC would issue arrest warrants. All these things would happen. I don't know if it's just modern day. Do you think a genocide in Gaza? Let me start with that question.
Do I think it's a genocide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think it's a genocide, and you're a pro-democratic party. So like in the past, like is it because we're in the modern day and it's more nuanced? Like that just does I just don't get that. Before I go into the details of why, because we can talk about how the Biden admin lied publicly about ceasefire talks, and behind the scenes they let Bibi do what he wanted. We have who's his press secretary, the guy with the slick gray hair, came out and did an interview with Israeli media. Israeli media was actually very harsh on the Netanyahu regime. And he came out and said that Biden lied. Biden constantly lied.
Who are you talking about?
Ceasefire. The press secretary for Biden, let me get his name.
Press secretary was not a dude.
It was the first guy for Biden. You don't remember?
Sure, you're not
I'll get
talking
his name.
about Obama.
No.
So Biden's only had two press secretaries.
They were both
during
women.
his
Both were
term.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first was Jen
Maybe
Psaki.
it's not the press secretary. Who's the guy, the gentleman with the slick hair that would always do debriefs about Gaza?
Blinken?
I'm gonna get his name.
Anthony Blinken?
No, not Blinken. And that's the. I know it's not Blinken. It's someone much lower.
Oh,
Also,
I can't
really
help
quick.
myself.
I'm sorry, Erica.
I must say I can't help myself. But like, why are you blaming the Democrats for what's going on in Gaza? Joe Biden just so happened to be the president when October 7th happened, but they have been fighting, so basically like at war with each other since what, 1948, if not 47, when the Nakba happened. So we've had a long history of allowing Israel to kind of do what it wants to do. And that does not make it okay. But to sit here and blame like Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for it as if they somehow are the ones that like wrote a note to friggin' what's his name, Netanyahu, and said, yeah, do that shit, is absolutely crazy to me. Because what about Bush not doing anything? What about Obama not doing anything? What about Bush Sr. not doing anything? What about Reagan? What about Ford? What about Nixon? Like, bro, they've been fighting for decades now. Why are you trying to blame it all on the Democrats?
I've factored in that argument before. It's a fair point, but I think there's strong pushback on that. Pretty easy pushback. Firstly, it's nothing like we've seen before. This isn't fighting on both sides. This is
Yeah.
Host has conceded it's genocide, which is the crime of crimes. This is nothing like the 48 wasn't even genocide. 48 was ethnic cleansing. This is, and I think I got his name, by the way. I'll put it to the side for a sec. But no, so I did take a look at it. I definitely think they are the lesser of quote unquote two evils, and I know understand that we have a history with the Israelis, but this is the worst thing the Israelis have ever done, bar not even close. And the Biden admitted specific things. It wasn't just on par or just staying on course with our previous policies. We did emergency shipments. Back in June, we approved like 145 million overriding Congress emergency authority. We got them tank ammunition, 14,000 tank shells that were a part of genocide, 18,000 2,000-pound bombs. There was an instance where one of those 2,000-pound American bombs sent by Joe Biden was dropped on a refugee camp to get Mohammed Deif, a Hamas commander. And they dropped two 2,000-pound bombs on a safe zone, in the Al-Mawasi safe zone. Took out 140 people, 67 children, and about 30 women. A majority of them were they were all innocent, and there was only about Mohammed Deif and his bodyguards was the target. And these were bombs sent by Biden, not from previous contracts signed in the past. These were emergency overrides to send extra bombs. So that's the and there's also things he could have done. There's other actions. We could have cited the Leahy law, which is a law where we're literally not allowed to send arms to people committing war crimes. The only defense I can see the Biden admin having is if they don't think it's genocide. If anyone thinks it's genocide, I don't understand how you can think it's genocide on one hand and then be okay with these emergency approvals and arming the Israelis. Like I get the voting for Kamala. Like Host convinced me that I should, like, not just Host, like other Dems on this app and I've spoken to at university have convinced me Kamala was the better option and I made a mistake. I agree with that. But if in a perfect world, the ICC would be after Kamala, would be after Biden, would be after the Biden admin.
Wait, what? How is Kamala?
We're not in the ICC.
Hold on, really quick. How would Kamala be implicated? I understand, and we have the debate about Biden. How would Kamala be implicated? What does she do?
I in my opinion, I think it's the entire admin. I would even go to people like his press secretary, not his press secretary. Well, you can make an argument. So in Nazi Germany, they even prosecuted a lot of the propagandists. So the press secretary for Biden would come on every single day and deny war crimes in Gaza and spin war crimes in Gaza and deny genocide in Gaza. We tried people in Nazi Germany for spinning and spreading propaganda for the Germans. If it's genocide, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between this and any other genocide?
Okay. I'll answer that in a second, but can you figure out who the guy you're talking about is?
Yeah, I'm gonna get his name.
You keep saying
right
press
now.
secretary, and it's not Biden's press secretary.
It's not.
I guarantee
It's not
you
the
that.
press secretary. I'm so shocked that it's not the press secretary. Because you're right. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's not the press secretary. Now you asked what the difference is between this and the Holocaust.
No, I think the Holocaust is worse, but I just mean like it's like if it's genocide.
I don't like comparing atrocities.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like to compare atrocities, but like the Holocaust is just manufactured slaughter, millions and millions. So it's like,
What do you think about the Sudan? What's going on there?
horrible. Oh my goodness. I started following closely only very recently after Al Fajr. I was definitely someone that dropped the ball and never kept up with anything in Sudan or Nigeria or these other places. I'm Arab. I'm like Lebanese, so I lost family last October, so I have a tie to the conflict. That's the reason I follow that one super closely. But definitely, let me get his name.
People in the chat keep saying John Kirby, but
no, not John Kirby. He's one of them, but there's another guy.
Yeah, you said like he had slick back hair and it was gray. John Kirby's got brown hair.
There's another guy, man. I'm gonna get his name right now. He did an interview with Israeli media. He was the worst of the worst, and he came out and threw Joe Biden under the bus.
Like in the Sudan, we have over 100,000 people. Some estimates go as high, all right, as 400,000 people having been unalived in the Sudan. And this is a war that is being basically funded and propagated by the UAE
Yep.
with the help of many world powers. Are you upset about that? Do you
Yes.
blame Donald Trump for that?
I think the ICC, in the perfect world, the ICC would go after the UAE and their officials and anyone that aided I know I'm living in like La La Land, but I'm just discussing from a point of morality and ideal world. So yes, I actually I'm very against the Gulf states. I think the Gulf states are immoral. The Saudis literally have slavery till this day. They steal passports from immigrants and keep them and force them to do labor for free. They do horrible things. The Gulf countries are some of the most immoral places on the planet. And so Trump is worst of the worst. Trump should be in the ICC today. I think
Are you
Trump is
talking about
the worst of
Matthew
the-
Miller? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Oh my God. What's his position? He's
Former spokesman for the State Department.
yeah, he covered everything in regards to every
Okay.
single day. He would come on the podium and lie about Gaza, and then he did an interview with Israeli media this year, very recently, talking about how Joe Biden literally just flat out lied.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, I had a job. I had to say.
I'm curious because I've never seen this. I'm gonna read this article. That can't.
It's like people in his admin are admitting, and you don't even have to go Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is very biased. It's Qatari funded. You can even Israeli media cover
this is just the article that popped up.
Oh yeah, but you can do. That's probably just a summary of the Israeli interview. I watched the interview. You can take my word for it. He did throw them under the bus.
Hang on 1 second. 1 sec. Open this.
Like, how can someone come on and admit to war crimes and just like it's no big deal? It just baffles me. I understand we're not in
But you
ICC
do know,
jurisdiction.
but like with Netanyahu, when the ICC charged him with crimes against humanity, he was not welcome on U.S. soil as long as Biden was the president. He could not come here. As soon as Donald Trump was
Oh, Biden's better.
inaugurated, he was able to come here to the United States of America.
Oh, if you're comparing Biden to Trump, yeah, easily Biden
No.
better. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm saying he did these emergency approvals. He armed them. He backed them. He gave them political cover. During so
He
that's my
did
argument.
that, not Kamala. And you voted for the guy that said he would turn
He didn't.
Gaza
You didn't vote for
into
Trump.
a parking lot. Did you vote for him?
No, I
bro?
didn't vote. I would never vote for.
He just
Trump.
didn't vote. He said if he could go back
I voted
and vote,
blue my entire life. Yeah,
he said if he could go back and vote, he would have voted for Kamala, but he didn't vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
I'm sorry,
in
my
Michigan there was a
apologies.
very popular
This is crazy.
there was
Yeah,
an undecided. There was a huge undecided movement in Michigan, and a lot of people that
Yeah,
had
we
family
know.
lost in Gaza or in Lebanon or in these areas signed it, and there was a lot of others that were just allies. I think it hit like 100,000 plus. It was more of a principle thing, but in retrospect, it was definitely the wrong decision, just because of how awful Trump is. Like he exacerbated even worse their suffering.
Okay.
But no, there was already we're talking about there was already 40,000 dead by the time Trump stepped foot in the office. Like this, it was bad. And it's nothing. It's nothing like anything that happened between 48 and 2023. It's like comparing apples and oranges in my opinion, night and day. It's
They
completely
both
different.
fruit.
I like that. I'm taking that.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as Michigan's concerned, especially now, since Trump's taken power again, like Dearborn has harassment in Dearborn has skyrocketed.
It's fucked up. I'm not Muslim. My family's Christian, Lebanese Maronite, but I grew up in Dearborn.
Lebanese. Okay.
And they're very fucking great people. I'm in Ann Arbor now, and I go visit there all the time. And it actually really opened my eyes. I didn't believe the bullshit in the UK, like all the Muslims are taking over and stuff. But now that I've seen how much they lied about Dearborn, I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel bad for the UK. They're probably like doing the same bullshit to those poor like people there in the UK, like with all the Tommy Robinson crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were doing horrible things in Gaza. We're talking about 40,000 dead. There's even another report, a hunger report, and there's an interview with someone from the Biden admin also. It was with Al Jazeera, who's again is biased, but it was a very good interview. It was anonymous. No, it wasn't anonymous. I think it wasn't. I can get a name potentially, but she talked about how they submitted this report where concluding that there was not enough aid going into Gaza, and there was 100% food insecurity and potential for famine during the Biden admin. And then they would literally change the reports. They would push back. Her higher ups would shoot it down, and she started crying during this interview, talking about how systemically the Biden admin would do all these things to cover for Netanyahu. I'm sure if Biden could press a button that would have just ended it all, he would like to have pressed that. But Bibi Netanyahu was so hell bent on doing what he wanted to do. Biden provided cover in that.
I'm not seeing what you're referring to in this. I mean, the article summarizing the interview, and so
if you watch, you can watch the interview. It was like it's not that 230-minute clip that would probably show it.
You know what I'm about to say, exactly. Yeah, right. So he was watching. I think it is without a doubt true that Israel has committed war crimes.
Oh, it's one of these videos where they cut it out. No, there's like a full 4-minute video, but he missed them committing war crimes, and then he goes on to say, "Yeah, it was my job to lie." Like essentially,
okay, yeah, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that quote here.
Yeah, no, because he was pushing because the interviewer asked him why didn't. Yeah, you can't just give your own opinions right there.
Okay.
And when you're not in the
interview on Monday that as spokesman, he was not advocating his own opinion, but expressing the official stance of Biden's administration. You are a spokesperson for the president, the administration, and you espouse the positions of the administration, he said. And when you're not in the administration, you can just give your own opinions.
So he thinks that there were war crimes being committed. I don't think he called it genocide.
He said specifically he doesn't think it's a genocide.
Yeah, so he specifically claimed war crimes, and the entire Biden admin and him, obviously, because it was his job, 100% denied it. And I believe, my heart of hearts, 1,000%, based on I followed this very closely for the 2 years. I think they all understood war crimes were committed, all of them, every single person, and a lot of them believe it's genocide.
Okay. There were disagreements all along the way about how to handle policy. Some of those were big disagreements. Some of those were little disagreements. In particular, he hinted at tensions between Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken. He admitted that there probably was more than that the U.S. could have done to pressure Israel to stop the war and prevent the killing of thousands of innocent civilians who didn't want this war. U.S. officials who know atrocities are being committed and continue defending them from behind the podium. Wait, who is this? Who is Gerard?
If you would understand my sentiment,
this is the same guy.
Yeah, you would understand my sentiment if you watched Matthew. Okay. I watched every single interview, every single briefing he would give, every single briefing. Like we kept up with it every single day, and it just completely denied. I'm sure I don't know if you've heard of the Hind Rajab story. This 5-year-old that was shot 355 times. Joanne Phoenix is actually making a movie about it. Completely denied that. There's every single thing you can think of. They just would completely deny. They wouldn't concede anything. They wouldn't admit to anything. They wouldn't. There was like one pause in shipments last I want to say like March, May-ish. And it was characterized as more symbolic by experts, and they ended up unpausing the shipments. That was the only thing out of the entire time that they ever did in regards to stopping arms, because they wouldn't be able to do any of this without American arms. We give them like 98% of their arms compared to like Germany and these other places.
Well,
and I don't think it's just the Americans
I don't
or the Democratic Party that's complicit. I think the Germans are complicit, the UK, even some of the Gulf countries.
Well, I'm not sure that that's necessarily true, because the offensive arms that they use aren't the arms that we send them.
I have no issue with like the Iron Dome and anything. What do you define as defensive? Because we do give them some of their interceptors. I know their Arrow 2, Arrow 3s are. I think the Arrow 2s and Arrow 3s are also shipped over from the Americans. I'm pretty sure. I think they designed the technology, but then they manufacture it in the U.S. because they don't have a lot of landmass to manufacture these things.
So,
very small country.
Like, listen, don't get me wrong. Regardless, like if they're using other weapons to do the offensive, but we're providing defensive weapons, fungibility of money.
No,
I get it. I'm not gonna.
We're giving them offensive weapons, like the 2,000-pound bombs, the JMDs, the GPU 59s. All these are offensive weapons. We're giving them all of them.
Okay.
Tank shells.
I get where
something as simple as ammunition. And I'm not here to, because like I said, I still would have voted for Kamala. To be honest, I just saw you didn't have opposition, and I'm like, I do have pushback against the Democratic Party, and it's not like me picking on the Democratic Party. Like I think so many people are complicit in so many different countries. I don't know. Maybe like I'm a pretty young guy. I just don't know. Understand? I don't know how the world was like. Maybe during like I don't know, during the Holocaust. I don't know if like it was a thing that people could publicly arm these horrible people and get away with it, and it's really business as usual, and they still have people advocating for them.
Well, okay, so I mean, it's not a one-to-one comparison, but we did like we allied with Russia briefly, right? We worked together with Russia to defeat Hitler, and
that's true.
And Russia's
Stalin
was a really bad guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I think that's a little different. That's a world war. Things are really at stake. This is literally, do the Israelis get a chance to get their revenge or not? Like,
well,
it's literally, no one's in danger. It's literally, we need to establish deterrence and let me do it.
So the thing is, and I'm not saying this is my position. Okay, I'm just saying like the United States, not like the ideological. Obviously, there's some people that are ideologically always going to support Israel no matter what. But in terms of the United States government support of Israel, it is beneficial for the United States to have.
Yeah, I agree. Strategically.
Yeah.
I think it's immoral, but it's very strategic. To be honest, that's like, I think it's immoral, our alliance with Israel, because of the crimes that they commit.
That's and I feel the same way about our alliance with Saudi Arabia. About the UAE.
What they did to the Yemenis is horrible. I don't know if you've looked into that. They induced famine in Yemen, like millions died, and they've bombarded them.
Yemen is like the poorest country in the entire world. But like,
Horrible.
I just, before I drop, because I do want to eat food finally. I would just say that, like, bro, I do think that your idealism, while you're, like you said, you're young and you can have this level of idealism, where you think like your action will, I'm not gonna say that. You can have this idealism, but as you grow older, what you have to realize is that that idealism can be dangerous, because try to be pragmatic about the situation. And I know that you did a protest vote, but when we look at both sides and we see what Trump stood for during the campaign and then what Kamala stood for during the campaign, what we then see is we see that Trump wants nothing good for Gaza.
I agree.
Right? He wants absolutely nothing for them, nothing. He really wants to take the Palestinians out of there and just send them somewhere else and be done with it so he can have the resort of his dreams. That's what he wants. It's prime coastland. Like, what is it? Coastline real estate. And so I think that we have to understand that if we are in the United States of America, we can advocate for change in our systems and at the same time realize the system in which we operate within. And the system in which we operate is a two-party system. And so therefore, we have to, and I hate saying this, but like, dude, we have to choose the candidate that's going to cause the least harm. You say that's the lesser of two evils. The lesser of two evils in this situation was Kamala Harris.
I agree with everything you said. And I do agree with being idealistic could be dangerous, because it literally was. We were idealistic, and Trump stepped in and destroyed Gaza even further, which is not saying much, because Gaza was, I think we were at 60% destroyed and 48,000 dead at the time. But still, he's doing things like he's sanctioned the ICC. He's going after students protesting on campus. Like, he's doing, he's not just letting the Israelis attack the Palestinians. He's letting he's attacking anyone that defends the Palestinians in the West, which is crazy to me. My thing is, if the ICJ did end up ruling genocide, they're talking about maybe having a ruling like late next year. Does that change anything for you guys? Like, I just don't, like, I agree with you about not being idealist, but I've always was taught that genocide is the crime of crimes, the worst crime that can be committed, and people that arm it are also guilty. They face, like, people that. There was people that got heavy sanctions. That were arming the Hutu regime in Rwanda. think the Belgians were arming them, and a lot of them face some. I don't know if any of them faced real justice, like prison time, but I know they were sanctioned and things like that. I'm pretty sure.
When you say would like an ICJ ruling change anything for us, what do you mean? Do you mean like how we feel about it, or
no? How would you act upon it? Because I understand that you guys, no one's like a fan of like what's happening there for sure. But I mean, if there's an ICJ ruling of genocide, you would still be like a proponent of having having the party that armed it, the main arm. Like without the Americans, they wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, I mean, this ruling would have come after Biden has long left office, so I don't know how it's necessarily relevant on that front.
I mean, going forward, would you be able to support like the Democrats? Well, it's a weird question because we are a two-party system. There aren't other options, so maybe you would have to have reform in the Democratic. You would definitely need to reform and make sure something like this can happen again.
So this is what I'll say on this. I think now is probably the best time to have conversations like this. Not right before an election where the opposition party is putting up somebody that attempted a coup and is a felon and rapist and all that stuff. Now is
it's bad for other Americans. I can't be selfish and be one issue voter. Like
and I respect that. And you've come to that conclusion after the election, obviously, which is fine. Listen, I will take a young, idealistic non-voter who has come to see the light over somebody that voted for Donald Trump any day of the week. Okay, I'm not upset with you or anything like that. What I'm saying is, I think these types of conversations are super important to have, and I think now is the best time while we're not like staring at the barrel of the gun in this moment. That being said, I do think the Democratic Party is shifting in the right direction on this, and I will tell you why. We saw, I think it was about a month and a half ago, a vote to pull to not send additional arms to Israel. Every single Republican voted for. I can't remember if it was to send or to not send, whatever. But every single Republican voted to send the arms. But I think it was a third of Democratic senators.
I thought every Democrat voted for yes, except two. Am I remembering?
Let me pull up the thing that I'm referring to.
I think I may be referencing defensive weapons, which I'm not like the and they start skewing the lines. They start blurring the lines when they say defensive weapons sometimes. But I'm not like anti giving them an Iron Dome, for example. Like they still have innocent civilians they have to protect. Like I get that. Or
okay. This was in July. What did I said?
I could be remembering something
this
different.
Was 4 months ago. My concept of time is cooked. Okay. Palestinian rights advocates are hailing the growing number of lawmakers in the United States showing willingness to restrict weapons to Israel over the atrocities in Gaza after a Senate vote on the issue. The majority of Democrats in the Senate voted late on Wednesday in favor of a resolution to block a weapons sale to Israel in what rights advocates have hailed a major blow to the bipartisan support that Israel has traditionally enjoyed in Congress. Measure introduced by Senator Bernie Sanders ultimately failed in a 27-70 vote, but a record number of lawmakers backed it compared to similar bills in the past.
I must be remembering a defensive weapons vote where only 2 people voted against it. But so that's pretty.
27 of
27 is a good number.
27 of the 47 Democratic senators. 27.
That's a very good number.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like there's a specific sale? Like I would have to read through the bill. Like because I'm sure they're not gonna ever like stop all arms to the Israelis. Like that will never be.
I mean, we could read the bill if you want. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. I don't have too much time.
Like as we as we continue to grow as a party, and I mean I don't even like it's silly to call it like just the party. It's also just the American left, right? As we grow politically, we're slowly going to hopefully with advocates like yourself and others slowly grow towards the more ethical, moral position. And with something like Israel, obviously it's super complicated, but it does seem that at least one party is evolving on the issue.
I think it's also a age thing. I think a lot of young people from both sides, the Republican sides, they're kind of like immoral about how they go about it. They just don't like Israel because of like I think a lot of anti-Semitic tropes, and they just think that Jews control everything and we need to be isolationist. I think the way the Republicans like look at Israel, like the Nick Fuenteses of the worlds. I think the way they're anti-Israel is a little bit different than the people on the left. I think the people on the left are more like a human rights approach.
Yeah. Although I will say we are, because of how the internet works, we are seeing a lot of horseshoe theory shit where people
Yep.
on the left are starting to believe some of the stuff coming from the far right,
No.
which is a little
There
bit
is some truth.
scary.
There is a Zionist billionaire class in the country. There is definitely that's not something that's.
And most of them
But
are
the thing
Christian.
is, I was just literally just about to say that majority of Zionists are not even Jewish. I wish
Yeah.
people would understand that. It's like the person Larry Ellison's a Zionist, and he's one of the biggest donators to the Israeli army in the world, and he's not Jewish. He's the purchaser of TikTok, like this as an example. But
well, I mean, also
people
to
don't know
your
how to make that
point
nuance.
about like the right wing, there's internal contradiction, which this is standard for the alt right, and I say that as someone who experienced it firsthand. But you have like the Fuentes wing, which is what you kind of described, which is anti-Semitic, but and anti-Israel in certain ways. But also you have the, I guess, Kirk flavor or the Shapiro flavor, which is they are Zionists, and part of that motivation, while it's not explicitly stated, is because they like the fact that there's an ethno-state undercurrent to Israel.
Thank you, Sam.
Depending on who in Israel you listen to, right?
Some people admire that.
What?
Some people admire that the fact that they're an ethno state. I feel like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do that here. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So like Kirk, for example, that wing, that's going to be like the people who are like Judeo-Christian values. They always like to hammer that phrase. And they're going to be staunchly pro-Israel. This is going to be standard for like Christian nationalists. They have an odd stance when it comes to Israel, where they can absolutely be anti-Semitic ultimately, but they like the ethno-state stance.
And there's a biblical flavor to it, kind of like I see Kirk always references the Bible when he talks about the Israelis. There's definitely a biblical like angle to it, and then the evangelicals that are like staunchly pro-Israel. Like I'm like 99% sure their end times is everyone in Israel dies or something. Like they want Israel to be like it's literally like we're pro-Israel, but we think they're all gonna die. Like it's just weird to me. I don't know.
I mean, like so when it comes to the end times, as far as evangelical Christians understand it, I think it basically all Jewish people are unalived except for 144,000. I think this is in Revelation. It's a weird thing.
It's so dangerous. One of the ICC judicials, I think the Ugandan one, literally was caught at a church saying she's so happy she's in a position to defend Israel. She's a staunch evangelist. It's like it's so crazy to me. They always talk about separation of church and state, and these Muslims doing Sharia law, and then Ted Cruz is openly saying, "Yeah, we have to support them because of the Bible." It just blows my mind.
So, one other thing. How old did you say you were?
23.
Okay. So, I mean, you were you were barely alive when this happened, but when George W. Bush was doing his Bush shit, and when Dick Cheney was running that thing, there was the threat that the ICC would charge people in the Bush administration with war crimes because, they were literally war criminals. And then the U.S., in our jingoism, passed something called I think it's American Service Member Protection Act.
Yeah, I think Obama protected Bush, and it was he cited he didn't want to sow division.
Well, I mean, like it was the whole like we only look forward, don't look back thing. But the point that I'm saying is that there was this law passed, and it's colloquially known as the Invade the Hague Act, And the reason why it's called that is because
I read this.
Basically the Hague threatened to arrest people in the Bush administration who were guilty of war crimes, and the U.S. was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, try it. We will invade
Yeah,
the
it literally
Hague. We
says
will
that.
literally
Yeah.
send our people into the Hague to retrieve our people."
Yeah, it's so insane.
that kind of like that was one of the big undermining moments of the ICC and the ICJ. That's why, like, whenever you're saying if the ICC or the ICJ were to conclude something with relation to the U.S., would that change anything? I mean, not really, no, because they're not going to act on it. I
That's
mean,
true. I think it might like affect the historical record. Like, hey, if this ends up being ruled, because not many things have been ruled genocide. I think it might affect like the historical record, but like actual change. No, I agree with you. They're actually sanctioning the ICC so hard, like they're going after individuals. There's
I love Tesla.
There's this one official that literally can't use her bank accounts. Her hotel reservation was canceled. Her medical coverage is no longer applicable. She has no insurance because a lot of these are Western like companies and these Western sanctions have affected them. It's like they're going after them very, very hard. It's very kind of immoral.
I think that ultimately, like what you have to do, which I mean, it sounds like you've come to this conclusion, and it's, you know, Erica and Dan have said the same thing, which is ultimately you have to make this calculation based on the, you know, steps 2, 3, 4, and 8 of your choice. So, it sucks that we live in a two-party system, and I want a much further left Democratic Party. I want it, but we don't have it right now. The only way to do that is to primary, to put progressives in power from like a bottom-up situation. Because like people who argue for top-down, it doesn't work. It's the same idea as like whenever people say, let's elect a libertarian as president. Well, that's not going to do anything, dude. Like, I mean, if you do it from bottom up, then you can actually do legislation and shit. But top down doesn't work. So, you know, you've really got to. What are the implications of sitting it out or something like that? Which, you know, Michigan. I mean, you know, Michigan. That was a whole lot. If you said you were in California, I mean, shit. All right, that's different. But Michigan, dude, like that's a swing state. Like I'm in Georgia. And I had all sorts of criticism of Biden, especially when it came to Ukraine. I had plenty of criticisms, but I was in Georgia, and Georgia was, I mean, it was a thing of, hey, maybe it'll flip again. And so, yeah, I voted for Harris. I voted for Biden. And I was firmly in the tank on Bernie in 2016 and 2020. But guess what? I voted for Hillary in 2016, and then I was donating to Bernie. I was gung-ho in 2020. I was like, this is happening, and I was happy for like a day or like a week or whatever when Nevada happened.
I remember it, bro.
That was like the best moment.
It was
little brief time. It was just I felt hope, and then, you know,
I have a little anecdote about this. I was in Las Vegas on the day of the Nevada caucus, and this was maybe 2 weeks before COVID hit our shores, like hardcore, and shut the whole city down, let alone the country. And the whiplash I got from, I'm watching in the hotel on the hotel TV a slaughter of Bernie winning the Nevada caucus, and I remember because the night before was the debate at the Paris, and we passed it as we were walking the Strip. And there was like protesters. Well, I mean, I guess maybe they're not necessarily protesters. It was like there were supporters outside, you know, supporting their candidate. And there was a group that were like supporting Biden, and Biden got 4th in Iowa and 5th in New Hampshire. And I walked past and was like, yeah, okay, Biden's gonna be the nominee. It was like a meme. There was also there was like 4 people that had we need a pro-life Democrat shirts. I thought that was interesting, but anyway. So yeah, it was so jarring going from within 2 weeks going from I'm in Las Vegas. I had a good time with friends. I watched Bernie killing it in the Nevada caucus. He's ahead now, and I think he might have been tied with Buttigieg for the electoral votes. But if you
Iowa.
looked at all the polling, Buttigieg was nowhere near, not electoral votes. I'm sorry, delegate votes. But if you looked at the polling, Buttigieg was had no shot in any of the states coming up. So it's like this is looking great, and then COVID happens, okay, and the shift in 2 weeks is like, okay, so now that place I just was, the streets are empty, and also Biden's going to be the nominee in 2 weeks. Absolute wild.
We literally
whiplash I
all
got.
thought Bernie was going to win. It was so crazy. I remember that little time. It was
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, we had Chris
my last
Matthews
question is,
crashing out on live TV.
my last quick question is: isn't it true that the Dems were doing really well in regards to like a blue wave coming, and we're going to do well like in primary and all these things?
You mean coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there isn't any like real voter election interference, which I'm not. This is not something that I'm like, oh, we'll be fine, because obviously Donald Trump and his supporters have tried this already. They tried to overthrow the government in 2020, and now they're in power. It's very clear that they don't care when people cheat. Donald Trump just pardoned Tina Peters, who, by the way, he can't pardon someone with state charges, but Tina Peters literally had broke the law openly. Like, she had people that wanted to overturn the government take the voting machines and the voter rolls, the ballots, the voting records, and just take them to analyze them. And that's like people's private information was in that. So like they don't care. They will cheat to win. If no actual cheating happens and it's just the regular gerrymandering, voter suppression, that kind of stuff. Yes, the Dems do look poised to retake the House and possibly even contest the Senate. It's a tough path, but given the swings in the special elections, we've had 10 special elections since 2024, and every single one has swung to the left by a minimum of 9 points, and some all the way up to 20 points.
That's my hope. If there's like the second half of Trump's term, term is weakened by a bunch of Dems coming in. That's like my hope that I'm hanging on to for not voting Kamala.
So that is fair piece of hope to hang on to. It certainly happened in 2018. We got, as a reminder to everybody, the Democrats showed up, particularly women, really showed up in the 2018 midterms. And Democrats received 9 million more votes than Republicans in the 2018 midterm.
I really expect something like that.
Million.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest shifts between the 2018 midterms and then the 2024 election, no offense, I'm just talking about the demographics, but was the swing back from white women. White women showed up in 2018 to vote against the Trump administration. And then for whatever reason in 2024, whether it be correlation causation fallacy or whether it be some internal bias against Kamala or whatever it is, white women swung back in 2024, and that was a big shift from the 2018, because the 2018 midterms was like the biggest Democratic defeat in the age of Trump, or Republican defeat in the age of Trump. 9 million.
It could even be a race thing, white woman, and then looking at Kamala. It could also play a role.
Wait, say that
I
again?
appreciate you having me, Dan. That was a very good combo. I appreciate these kinds of combos because I speak with other Dems, and maybe because it was election cycle, I get why they were so like gung ho on it. But they would literally like be so like they would just deny everything, deny all kinds of responsibilities from their party for what happened over there. So I appreciate you like having that honest critique of it. So I'm gonna get to bed. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming up.
All right. W One Piece flag, by the way.
Oh, of course.
We'll see you guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good one, everyone.
Everyone. I agree with the thing that he says that, I mean, it's election cycle is vastly different, right? And part of that is because dishonest actors will and we saw this in 2024, dishonest actors basically came in as, oh, I'm left wing and I'm just asking questions, but in reality they were not left wing. I'm not saying that was him. I'm just saying like that was a common tactic during the election cycle.
Oh, for sure.
The whole idea is to undermine
Madeline Pendleton.
Yeah.
But no, I think the guest was super good faith, and I mean everything tracks. Like
He's just young and idealistic. That's all.
Yeah, and once he learned more after the election, especially seeing it with his own eyes, because a lot of young people didn't see Trump's first term with their own eyes. They were either school or
kids, literally kids.
They were kids. So once he came to grips with that, he's like, yeah, I mean, I still disagree with the Biden administration, but obviously the lesser of two evils would have been to vote for Kamala Harris. And we can argue about whether to use that phrase, right? Because evil is like a very harsh descriptor, but ultimately, I'm not going to fault somebody like that for being harsh on the Democratic Party if they also recognize that the other option is.
So, I have a question. If I may, from you both, I'd like to know, what do you think white women are going to do in the midterms, the 2026 midterms? Because you just went over what they did in the 2018 midterms as pushback to Donald Trump. We know what they did in 2022. All right. But in the general election, what 2020, it was like about 47 to 50% of them voted for Trump in 2020. And then 2024, it was like 55% that voted for him. So, what do you guys think they're going to do in the midterms?
This is complete conjecture. I'm obviously not an expert, but I have to imagine that they're going to swing back to the left.
But then, what are they going to do in 2028? Would be the next question. Then, are they going to vote red again?
Well, you know what? I think it really depends on what. Obviously, white women are not a monolith. White women are a very large population in this country, so I can't. And I'm also not a white woman, so I can't really speak to their motives or the reasons. But I don't know. Could depend on
trends show
who the nominee is.
Trends show that they are experiencing, all right, the blowback of their vote for Donald Trump. So in the midterms, they are in fact going to vote en masse for they're going to vote blue en masse, I should just say. And then what's going to happen is we likely will have a Democratic run House, like you, Dan. I'm not sure about the Senate. But with that being said, I honestly, my gut instinct tells me, and it's going to depend on the candidate. I'll just say it, if the Democratic candidate is not white and not a man, then I honestly believe that white women as a demographic, all right, are definitely going to vote majority for the Republican candidate. Because that's what the trend shows us.
That's kind of the vibe that I get. So
I think it's. I'm sorry, Neil. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's tough to like analyze that because my chat is full of white women that voted for Harris. So it's like, we're not talking about y'all.
I hope they know that we're not talking about them. They voted for Harris. We're not talking about them.
Yeah. We know. Okay. I'm just making sure. Because when we talk about like demographics, obviously it's the broader trend. I actually pulled up. We can analyze this really quickly. Obviously, it's been analyzed to death already, but so this was in the election, the general election. My Chrome tab. So it doesn't have the midterms, but okay. So if we look at in 2016, 54% of women. Oh, let's go to white women. Right, so 45% of white women to 47% for Trump. So just barely went to Trump by 2
What
points.
number are you getting those from?
This is from Pew.
Okay, I trust Pew. And this is 2020?
This is
Right?
2016. Now,
Okay, I can't
actually,
see it.
based on this, I didn't even know this. In 2020, white women broke even more for Trump. I was not aware because I know in 2018 they broke for Democrats hard.
Yep, midterms.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the shift back was there. And then in 2024, actually,
I'm gonna say it was his vice presidential candidate.
well, hold on, because in 2024, there's actually a little bit of a shift to the left. It still went to Trump by 4 points, but he fared better than Biden with white women. I did not know this. I think we need to look at the midterms to get a full picture here.
2022 and
And
2018.
2018.
Jeez, I wish I had eyes like my kid. That dude has perfect vision. I can't see nothing.
I think that, I mean, so 2022, the midterms are going to be heavily influenced by Roe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which is why there was no red wave.
Right.
Because of demographics, not Democrats. Patterns in 20. This is also Pew. Okay. So 2018 midterms. White women 50 to 48. So this was a swing from 2016 by 4 points. It was 2 towards Trump, it was 2 towards Democrats. So swing of 4 points. Then we go to 2020, and it was a swing of 10 points to the right. And I genuinely don't know why. 2022 actually was really this goes against what I thought.
Is this showing that they voted red? So he swung to the right?
Yeah, 3 more points to the right.
Wow, even after because Roe happened in June of 2022.
So if we look at women overall, went to Democrats all 3 times.
48.
Okay, so women
58,
overall
40, 55.
in 2016, let's go to 2016. Women overall 54 to 39, a 15-point spread to the left. Okay, then we move on to 2018. 3 more points to the left, right? And that's showing that like the blue wave right there, 58 to 40, massive swing. Okay, 2020 shifts back a little bit.
That was a general election.
This is the general election, right?
Yeah.
Women overall shifts back a little bit to the left. It goes to a plus 11. So this is actually worse than in 2016. Then we go to 2022, and another 8-point shift to the right. So it went 15-point gap in 2016, shifts to an 18-point gap in 2018. Okay, so it shifts 3 points to the left. Then it shifts 7 points to the right. Then it shifts another 8 points to the right in 2022. And then in 2024, women overall actually shifted a little bit back to the left by 4 points.
I really wonder what's going to happen in November of 2026. Really wonder. It's time to get to work. We have to talk to people, especially the non-voters. And maybe it's time I don't know, start doing some convincing. Because I really do it for the chat to get them to like know the information, understand it, and be able to dig into it themselves. But maybe I'm gonna have to start Hey, let's go join the Unfuck America tour, and let's go change some Trump supporters. Let's bring them blue.
That is a wonderful idea, and I'm sure
No one's ever thought of it
I'm
before.
sure nothing bad would happen. If
Nothing bad whatsoever.
nothing bad can happen, only good can happen. Wait, what is the
Only
quote?
good.
Wait, hold on. That's I that was too coherent. It was
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
It can only good happen.
this time you'll unfuck America. Chat, that's the Pirate's Treasure. If y'all can find a cheaper gift to put that on, I would love to hear that more often. But we kind
What's the
of
pirate's treasure?
I don't know, but it's 449 coins. Kind of ran out of cheap gifts. Because y'all can't be trusted with any gift under $1. I know that. Because it's
When you
been.
did those
I love
donuts, it was
Tesla.
ridiculous.
Thank you, Cash.
Do it on the sparklers.
Sparklers.
Yeah, I don't know how long the sparklers will be around, but they're
Sparklers.
$1.99.
Sparklers,
I
we
love
have.
Tesla.
Yeah, they're $1.99. Sparklers, we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had soda on donut
The
for
donuts.
a while, and that was Thank you, Sam. Save
That
time,
was
SeaWorld.
insane. What's the air dancer? Like
Air
the car
dancer.
dealership guy? The car dealership guy, I'll send you one right now. All right, I want my $3 back.
I've never seen this gift in my life.
Yeah, put it on that one until
Okay.
it goes away.
Okay. Air dancer. How many coins was that?
300.
300. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
You want that in your Zelle?
Yes, please, with interest.
Okay. I am gonna let you know in the future. I guess I could remind me to tell you something offline in regards to Zelle and Venmo.
In the future,
I love
remind-
Tesla.
Okay.
I love
Got it.
Tesla.
Thank you, Cash.
I'm just gonna text you now before I forget shit.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I set it to air dancer.
Awesome. And don't forget something about Zelle and
Okay.
Venmo.
I'm just gonna text you now.
Boom.
Bear with me for 1 second. I'm just reply to Erica's text. In the meantime, if you're here for the first time, okay, I really appreciate you for hanging out. We're live Friday and Saturday nights doing political debates, discussions, and fact checks. So if you like this content, drop a follow, tap the screen. Make sure to double check that you're following our two panelists here, Nemo and Erica. Both are amazing content creators and amazing people. So drop a follow. And I just appreciate all of you, the people that are tapping, whether you've sent a gift or whether you've just been watching, you're folding laundry and just listening. Every single one of you, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Let Eric.
Hey. Hello?
Hey, Professor. Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm not a Trump supporter. I am just saying, like, I just wanted to come up and say real quick, if you're under the age of like 60 and you support Donald Trump, like, what the fuck are you doing? All right. I'm out.
All right. Thank you for coming up.
Good night. I thought we were about to do a Philbro conversation. I definitely was going to pull the plug. Have a good night, Professor. Keep doing all the good things. I was going to be like, I'm out.
This probably didn't need to be said, but I texted you.
It didn't, but I totally understand.
Because I don't know about you. Once or twice, I've accidentally just read the whole thing.
I did it once before, like a few days ago, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, why did you do that? It was like just in the zone.
Yep.
Zone. Okay.
All right.
This
Do we have
lady's
any guests
here.
left? No. Alrighty. I think we're gonna wrap up for the night. For those that don't know, I'm pulling an all-nighter because my sleep cycle is absolutely destroyed. And what I'm doing is Mac is gonna be here in around 16 hours, right? 8. Yeah, around 8. I have to wrap both her Christmas gift and her birthday gift because we're gonna be traveling during her birthday, which is on the 27th, and so I need to do that. I also need to, until I said this, I need to go get cards. I did not do that. I have to go buy the cards. And before she gets here, I want to do all the laundry, all the dishes. I want to make sure everything's done and nice and ready for her to arrive. And I want to get all my regular work done so that we can just focus on. We're going to be doing a little bit of holiday traveling. So I want to get my regular work done so that on Monday, which is tomorrow, we can focus on hanging out. Don't tell her, Dan, you're streaming this on YouTube. Yeah, but she doesn't watch my YouTubes. She, she used to watch me like religiously, okay, and then once we, now that we're like in a relationship, she, she's not a fan anymore. Big fan. But make sure not to wrap in birthday with Christmas wrapping paper. Fuck, I only have
Do
Christmas.
I have wrapping paper? Okay, I'm gonna have to get some of that tomorrow too. Oh,
Yeah.
fudge.
Okay. Thanks. She switched up once she got you. Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. Although I was born in 1965, so that makes me. I missed what the first comment was. Her birthday's close to mine, the 29th.
Are you about to end, Dan?
Yeah, I think so. I kind of want to play Mario, but I also recognize that I should start the. I have so many loads of laundry. I got to do the sheets, and then I got to do. I have at least 2 loads, probably 3.
I'll just text you. I'm about to go to sleep. And well, my version of going to sleep is if anyone that knows me knows what that means. So I hope everyone has a great night. Nemo's not there, but have a great night, Nemo. All right, and Dan, bye, TikTok bestie. Get some rest, dude. Go to sleep.
Well, I had a nap before the live. Like
go to sleep, man.
9 p.m.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night,
Or
Erica.
good morning.
Thank you so much for everything.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, can you drop?
Mario sounds more fun. I do want to. We're in the fun part of the game now. We're in the post game of Mario Eclipse. So there's all these new levels. We did the casino level. We were in the 80s level /90. There's a pocket dimension in the 80s level, which was like a 90s level. Maybe like an hour of Mario. Maybe you guys can hold me to an hour of Mario play. Like an hour and a half. Oh, you know what I can do? I can start the laundry, okay? But then when I go to change the laundry to the dryer, y'all will be okay with that, right? Because yeah. Oh, I see you would like to speedrun Mario. That's kind of no. I'm not speedrunning. It's the opposite of speedrunning. They're slow running. Then you won't forget to switch the laundry. Oh, will you guys remind me? Oh, this is starting to sound good. Okay. Okay. This is the end of politics. All right. Politics are over for the night. Nemo, thank you so much for coming up. Do you have any final thoughts?
I was about to hop down.
All
Later,
right,
man.
Appreciate you. Have a great night. All right. Add a timer once you start the watcher. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Now we're cooking with gas. what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of the caption. If you are you're only here for politics, and I totally understand. Totally understand. If you're only here for politics and are looking for someone else to watch right now, okay, so Swan of Blackness is live. Joey Does It is live. Harbin is live. So any of those three, feel free. It's not an official raid. I mean, you can say raid if you want, but if anyone doesn't want to watch Mario, and I totally get that, those three are all great creators. Make sure to go check them out. But yeah, so thank you all for watching the politics portion of the night. Now we're gonna play a little bit of Mario and then and do a little bit of laundry. What am I doing here? Before y'all leave, really quick. Good night, Neely. Good night, Miss Chenandler Bing Bong. Sim, Kasha, and Valerie, thank you so much for being the top 3 trappers in the past 3 hours and 44 minutes. I appreciate you so much. And actually, I need to uncrop that a little bit because it cut off just a touch of Valerie. Let me see. Okay. The K question mark for what did I do? Good night to anyone that's going to bed. Night, Dan. Have a great gaming session. Thank you, Kevy. Said wait. Oh. Okay, yeah, I was just okay. All right, so I put the top gifter thing or like the top gift rather, which I thought was a good idea, but now we've had Patrick's butt cheeks on the screen for like the better part of 3 hours. And I don't really know how I feel about that. We could leave this. We could turn this off. MAGA request. Well, it's probably gonna be covered. All right, yeah. You know what? Get rid of that. This. Good night, Tim. Okay. All right. We're good to go. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to... Ah, shit. I never played the TikTok that Nemo sent me. How long is this?
This video, some people were asserting that Trump is not the Antichrist. Well, consider the justification one person gave for this claim. He says this. First off, he's too old. Second, Trump is deeply hated by so many globally. Third, if you actually research the Antichrist, DJT doesn't even come close to the description. Now, this is a typical Christian who doesn't seem to have a good handle on the Bible and making bold claims and just manifesting their ignorance. Ironically, sir, your 3 reasons are wrong. Number 1, nowhere does the Bible assert the Antichrist will be young. So the fact that Trump is an older man does not disqualify him from being the Antichrist. Number 2, the fact that Trump is hated by so many people is actually evidence for him being the Antichrist. Consider Daniel 11:21, which speaks of the Antichrist being a vile person, which means he will be one who is despised by people. It says this, in his place shall rise a vile person to whom royal majesty has not been given. According to a Hebrew lexicon, which you can see at blueletterbible.org for yourself, this word vile carries this idea: contemptible, disdained, scorn, despise. Does this not sound like how Trump is viewed by many people in the world today? Is he not someone who is despised, held in contempt, disdained? Yes. Know that the Antichrist is obviously not loved by everyone, as for years he's engaged in war with other nations. And at least one person tries to make an attempt on his life, gives him a fatal wound, which makes it clear not everyone loves him. So the very fact that Trump is despised and disdained by so many people is actually evidence that he may be the Antichrist. Then you said this, if you actually research the Antichrist, DJT doesn't even come close to the description. Here you're demonstrating yourself to be quite ignorant of what the Bible says about the Antichrist. Consider the following 20 biblical traits of the Antichrist, and you tell me this doesn't sound like Trump. Stern countenance, Daniel 8:23. Physically large, Daniel 7:20. Extremely wealthy, Daniel 11:38. Extremely boastful, Daniel 7:8. John 5:43. Israel loves and trusts the man, John 5:43. Daniel 9:27. Seemingly pro-Christian, 2 Corinthians 11:14. Arises from the Christian community, 1 John 2:18-19. People want to unalive him, Revelation 13:3. He's aggressive and acquiring more territory, Revelation 6:2. Daniel 7:8. Vile person, as I mentioned earlier, Daniel 11:21. Preoccupied with gold, Daniel 11:38. Seeks to divide the Holy Land, Daniel 11:39. Originates from the West, Daniel 8:9. Desires immunity from the law, Daniel 11:36. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. The very name of the Antichrist relating to horn or trumpet, as the Antichrist is referred to as the little horn. And the name Trump basically refers to a horn or a little horn. Moving on. He honors a god of fortresses, and like the Antichrist types of Nimrod and Antiochus Epiphanes, he's into building towers and walls. He's crafty, Daniel 8:25. Uses flattery to gain power, Daniel 11:21. Desires to have a image or idol made of him, Revelation 13. Desires to strengthen a covenant or agreement, Daniel 9:27. In addition, since this passage keeps coming up, Daniel 11:37 has nothing to do with the Antichrist being gay. It deals with the Antichrist not regarding the God whom women love, as the context and Hebrew lexicons attest to. All 20 of these characteristics fit Trump to a T, and there is no one in the world that comes close to having all these descriptions like Donald Trump. So, sir, and to anyone else who would comment on my videos and make bold declarations about Trump not being the Antichrist, please first educate yourself on what the Bible actually says about.
I'll be right back, Chuck. Okay. I'm gonna set this up with y'all real quick. All right, YouTube. I'm gonna end the live so that I can restart it. And it's Mario. That'll also allow us to play a little bit of music right now. You know, while we wait. All right, so YouTube, I'll be back in, I don't know, 5 minutes.